too.
Oh, what a mob.
Yeah, I never saw such shoving and pushing in my whole life. Shove, 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 push, push, push. And some of the women still wouldn't let me through. What's so funny?
Whoever said women were the weaker sex never went shopping with us.
That's for sure. Gee, I wish that bus would come. I'm so tired.
Yeah. You know, they had some marvelous bargains there today, Lucy.
They sure did. That's why I wanted to go to that store. You know, I have to be very careful of every penny that I spend.
Well, how come then you bought 3 steam irons?
Well, when they're marked down like that, you have to take advantage of it. Say, at that price, they were a steal.
Lucy, what are you going to do with 3 steam irons?
Well, you never know when 2 of them are going to break down.
That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of.
Well, you know, you should talk. Last week, you bought a 100-pound sack of dog food.
Oh, well, that was half price.
You don't even have a dog.
I might get one someday.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Want a bite?
Oh, no, honey, I'm on a diet.
You are?
Yeah, I've been on a diet for a couple of weeks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
For heaven's sake.
Now, Lucy, you
What?
did it again.
I did what again?
You threw paper on the sidewalk.
Oh, that.
Listen, you do that all the time. The other day, you threw peanut shells all over the street. You know, you could get arrested for that.
I could get arrested?
Yes, of course, you know, it's very serious. That's against the Keep America Beautiful campaign. You might have committed a federal offense.
A federal offense?
I just hope nobody saw you.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I better get it.
Lucy,
What?
policeman.
Policeman?
Yeah.
Do you think they saw what I did?
I don't know.
Mary Jane, promise me something.
What?
If anything happens, save yourself. Pretend you don't know me.
Lucy, I can't do that.
Promise me.
Oh, I promise.
Excuse me, lady. Does that bag belong to you?
I beg your pardon, sir. Are you addressing me?
Yes, madam, I was addressing you. Does that bag belong to you?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, it does.
Oh, okay, sister, it's all over. Let's go.
I beg your pardon? Go where?
You can cut that innocent act. You have any identification?
Well, I have a little birthmark, but I'm certainly not going to show it to I just don't go around showing it to strangers.
Let me see your driver's license.
I don't have a driver's license. I don't even have a car.
What's your name?
Lucille Carmichael.
Lucille Carmichael. Ha! Phony name if I ever heard one.
It is not a phony name. Lucille Carmichael is my real name, isn't it? Tell them what my name is.
Lady, I never saw you before in my life.
But,
Are you coming along quietly, or do we have to get tough?
well, if you feel that way about it, imagine making a federal offense over a little thing like this.
I'll take care of that.
Oh, thank you.
Holy smoke, sister. What have you got in here?
Well, 3 steam irons and...
My, you have had a busy day.
Like to do things in a big way, don't you?
Well, not really, but they were such a steal.
Come on, lady, let's go.
All right.
Come on.
All right, you don't have to
Lieutenant, we're sure that this Carmichael dame is the red-headed shoplifter that's been pulling all these big jobs. We caught her with the stuff right on her. Those pearls were in her shopping bag.
Okay, bring her in.
Bring her in, Miller.
Hi.
Hi.
Your name is Carmichael.
Lucille Carmichael, yes. Lucille is spelled with 2 L's. 3 if you count the first one.
Officers Peters and Miller. My name is Lieutenant Finch.
Well, I'm very happy to meet you all.
And you have no idea how happy we are to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Now, just to get off on the right foot, it is my duty to inform you that anything you say will be held against you.
Oh, yes, sir.
And that you have a right to legal counsel if you so desire.
Oh, no, I don't think that's necessary. It isn't that big a thing.
Oh? Well, suppose we all just settle back and you tell us what you did today.
Oh, well, now that's not going to be very entertaining.
We'll find it fascinating.
Oh, well, okay, where shall I start?
Why don't we start with the beginning, this morning?
This morning. Well, let's see now. I got up early, about 7:45, I think. Maybe it was 10 of. Yeah, about 10 of 8, I think. And I read the paper. I always read the paper every morning. And I saw this ad for this marvelous sale. And I just love sales. So I called Mary Jane and I...
Who's Mary Jane?
She's my cat.
Do you often phone your cat?
Oh, yes, always. Always when she's away from home. I always call her and I say, "What's new, pussycat?"
Well, let's forget the feline phone calls. Tell us about this sale you went to.
Oh, well, as I say, I love sales, and, well, I'm the sort of person who just cannot resist picking up a few things.
We can imagine.
So, just like that, you decided to go shopping.
Oh, yes, I do it all the time, especially when I don't feel like going to the bank.
Bank?
Yeah, that bank job gets so monotonous.
We'll talk about the bank job later.
Oh,
Yeah. Right now, we'd like to hear about your shopping.
all right, but why?
Lady, when you've been shopping, word gets around.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, you better believe it, sister.
Well,
So you went shopping and you picked up a few things.
well, more than a few. More than a few. There were, let's see now, 3 steam irons, a little bottle of cologne, a pair of curtains, 2 pair of curtains, and, oh, I found a new eyelash curler and a floor lamp.
Floor lamp? Where was that? It wasn't in the bag.
Well, of course not. You just can't walk out carrying a floor lamp. It's being delivered.
By the store?
Certainly.
Boy, what nerve! You shot pretty good.
Well, thank you. It isn't easy. With a crowd around like that, you have to be fast.
Well, that takes care of the preliminaries. Now to the main event.
I beg your pardon?
The reason you're here.
Oh, that. Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I'd like a chance to explain that.
Would you really?
Yes, you see, I'm really not that kind of person. I just wasn't thinking.
You mean you had a mental aberration?
I could have had that, yeah.
Now, Carmichael, let's level. You've been doing stuff like this all over town, haven't you?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't remember.
You don't remember. You're just not talking, are you?
Well, who remembers things like that? Do you remember every time you drop a gum wrapper on the sidewalk?
I don't chew gum.
Do you?
Look, let me refresh your memory. About 6 weeks ago, you were on Western Avenue, weren't you?
Western Avenue?
That's right. First shop, there was a sable cape in the window. Remember a sable cape?
Well, Western Avenue. Sometimes I go down Melrose, and Oh, Western. Oh, now I remember. Oh, yeah. Peanuts. That's what it was. Peanuts.
Peanuts?
Yeah. I finished it off and just didn't even think about it. I admit it, but it was just a little bag.
A little bag? Lady, in our book, that's a big bag. That cost somebody $4,000.
Well, I don't understand that.
Oh, not much, you don't. I got to admit, Carmichael, you are really something.
She's the coolest cookie I ever saw, Lieutenant.
Yeah, she's a real criminal type. No conscience, no nerves.
You better get yourself a good lawyer. You're going to need one.
Well, gee whiz. The way you talk, you'd think I committed a robbery or something.
A robbery? You heaven forbid.
Well, I don't see why I can't just pay a little fine and go home.
A little fine? You'll be lucky if you get off with less than 10 years.
10 years? It was only a chocolate-covered coconut caramel cream wrapper.
I think maybe we ought to call in a psychiatrist.
So do I. He's nuts. Now, look, I can explain explain if you'll just give me
You
a chance.
can explain it to the judge. Get her out of here.
I never heard of such a thing in my life. 10 years for heaven's sake.
Hey, Hogan! What do you want, Tinkerbell? You got company. Why do you always dump all the garbage in on me? What do you want?
Well, please, maybe I could have a private room?
A private room, dearie? Well, next time, why don't you call in advance for a reservation? We'll give you a nice room with a view.
But I don't think I'm very welcome here.
Ah, you're as welcome as the flowers in May.
But she sounds so tough.
She is tough. And you better be tough, too, or she'll crush you like a marshmallow. Now, get it.
That's my pillow.
What are you in for, kid?
Don't call me kid.
Okay, what's your handle?
Steel Knuckles Carmichael. My friends call me Knuck.
Okay, Nuck. What you in for?
Just getting rid of some paper.
Oh, passing counterfeit moolah, huh?
What?
Hey, you're in the big leagues, kid.
I said don't call me kid.
Oh, I'm sorry, Muck.
It's not Muck, it's Knuck.
Okay, Nuck. Shit, don't get so excited.
All right. Boy, what a crummy joint this is.
Hell, I don't know. This pad ain't bad. I've been a lot worse.
Yeah? What's your handle?
Hardhead Hogan.
Hardhead? How'd you ever get a name like that?
I'm a bouncer in a beer hall. I bite 'em with my head. I get 'em right about here. Boop. Out they go like a light.
Yeah, I can see why.
It's a natural talent. Had it since I was a kid.
Because you was just born lucky, huh?
Ah, it's got its drawbacks. I got a tough time keeping my hair curled. But then, everybody's got problems.
Yeah, well, that's one way of looking at it. What are you in for?
Assault and battery.
Oh?
Yeah, it was all a misunderstanding.
Sure it was.
I was framed.
Sure you was.
I've been having a little trouble with my eyes lately.
Oh?
I butted a guy the other night, and instead of him going out the door, I put him right through the wall.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was messy. But a perfectly innocent mistake.
Sure it was. You know something, Hardhead?
What?
I'd like a nice hot cup of coffee.
I'll just ring for room service. What's all the racket in here? sugar and cream in her coffee?
Well, a little cream but no sugar. I'll take saccharin because I've been on a diet and I wouldn't want to put on
Ah,
any weight.
shut up!
Boy, the nerve of her. I'll tell you one thing, if she does bring me my coffee, I ain't gonna give her no tip.
Hey, you know you're all right, Cluck.
Not Cluck, Knock. I'm glad you like my style.
I think you and me are gonna go great together.
Yeah?
Now listen. I'm gonna let you in on something.
What?
Stay here. I figured out a way to beat this rap. They don't call me hardhead for nothing. I got it all mapped out. I'm busting out of here. Doing a bird.
You mean you're gonna try to escape?
Now you got it, kid.
Don't call me kid.
Oh, I'm sorry. Knock.
No, it's not Knock, it's Cluck. No, Knock, that's right.
Oh, knock. Okay. Now, here's the way we're gonna do it.
We? What do you mean, we?
You and me. What do you think I'm talking about? We're partners. Now, here's the plan. As soon as Tinklebell comes in here, I'm gonna bite her in the breadbasket and bounce her right off that wall. And then you and me, I'll burn it. Right out of here. How do you like that?
Well, Hardhead, if you don't mind, I'd like to think about it a little bit, you know.
What's to think?
Well,
We're partners, remember?
yeah, but,
Honey, you don't argue with Hardhead.
well,
Right over here.
Lieutenant Finch, I can't tell you. I just can't tell you what it means to have these pearls returned to my jewelry store. You've done a magnificent job.
Well, save the compliments. Can you recall what happened?
Well, I was showing these pearls to a client, and I left them on the counter when this red-headed creature walked in. I thought she was just browsing, but when I turned my back for just a moment, she swooped up the pearls and was gone.
That sounds like her, all right. The slickest shoplifter in town. We've been after her for months. Now, would you know her if you saw her again?
Oh, I most certainly would. The incident is indelibly impressed on my mind. I shall remember that face for years. That red hair.
Good, good. Matron, bring in the girls for the lineup.
Okay, come on, girls. Step lively. Come on, pick them up. Get over here.
Face the front. All right, Mr. Trindle, all we need is a positive identification. Just pick her out. Well,
I'm not sure.
never in 1,000 years, huh?
Well, I didn't anticipate so many redheads.
What did you figure on, a bunch of Yule Brenners? All right, Mr. Trindle, which one?
Well, Lieutenant, it's very difficult. These girls are all so innocent looking.
Innocent. Most of these babes would make Ma Barker look like a campfire girl.
Well, I can't help that. The woman I saw was much tougher looking.
All right, girls, look tough for Mr. Trindle. Real tough.
Yes, that's the one. I'd never forget in 1,000 years. That's the one. That's her.
Step forward, Queenie. Rest of you debutantes, back to your penthouses.
All right, come on, let's go. Come on.
You're nominated, Queenie.
well, what am I nominated for?
Miss Lightfingers of the Year.
Oh, that. I can explain that. Are you the head of the Keep America Beautiful campaign? Because I can explain everything.
You can explain it in my office. Get her in there.
Now, just a minute, just a minute. I know my rights, my constitutional rights. I'm entitled to make one phone call.
Now you're going to call your lawyer, I suppose.
No, my manicurist. I'm going to cancel my appointment. I didn't know I was supposed to be here.
Well, strong case against you now.
You were positively identified.
Picked out of a lineup by a reliable witness.
You could make it a lot easier on yourself by signing a confession.
A confession for a little thing like that? It's the silliest thing I ever heard of.
Boss?
Yeah.
There's some people out here to see the prisoner.
Who are they?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Mr. Mooney!
Mrs. Carmichael! What in the world?
Lucy, are you all right?
What's it to you? I never saw you before in my life, Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Oh, this is the pussycat you made the phone call to. All right, Mooney, what's your connection with her?
Mrs. Carmichael happens to work for me.
Hey, Lieutenant, this looks like a regular gang. He must be the big boss.
Boss gang? What's he talking about? What? Would you please explain what's going on here?
Yes, sir. Well, it all started with a chocolate-covered coconut caramel cream wrapper.
There she goes again.
She's being booked for grand larceny.
Grand larceny?
Grand larceny?
Grand larceny?
That's right, little Sir Echo.
Mr. Mooney, you know Lucy never stole anything in her life.
Well, that's true. She is not dishonest. Oh, she's incompetent, scatterbrained, bungling, inefficient, disorganized, incoherent, and stupid. But she is not dishonest.
Thank you, Mr. Mooney. Up for me.
Look, Mooney, there's no question about it. We caught her with the goods.
What good?
Well, to begin with, she was walking around with 3 steam irons in her bag.
Now, does that sound normal to you?
For her, yeah. Of course, I'd never be able to explain it,
Oh,
but...
well, listen, I can explain that.
You just stand there, pussycat, and purr quietly.
But I didn't steal anything. Can I get anyone to believe that?
No, but you'll have a long time to try. She'll be out of circulation for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Well, now, Mrs. Carmichael, don't you worry about a thing. We will get you the best lawyers in town. In your case, we will have no difficulty proving insanity. Oh, Mrs. Carmichael. Oh, no, there. Don't cry.
It's all right for you to say not to cry because you don't have anything to cry about. But suppose it was your wife that was being sent away for 10 years.
This is no time for wishful thinking. Now, sir, I want you to know that I'm an important man in this city.
Boss,
What do you want?
hold everything. You got the wrong dame.
What do you mean I got the wrong dame?
This is the redhead who stole the pearls. She's just signed a confession.
Okay, Miller, book her. Well, Miss Carmichael, it seems that there's been a slight misunderstanding.
Well, there certainly has been. Can I go now?
Oh, yes.
Well, thank
I
you.
don't know what... Well, let's go on here.
Get in there.
Hardhead, what happened?
Well, when I butted Tinkerbell in the breadbasket, she bounced me off the wall.
Oh, well, you can't win them all, honey. Well, anyway, you got your private room back. I just got sprung.
Oh, gee, I'm gonna miss you, Cluck.
Knock, clock, knock. Knock, knock. Did you say knock?
Yes, dear. No, I've already told you I can't get home tonight. Business is business, Lammy Pie. No, I can't possibly postpone that appointment.
I got 'em. Here are your tickets for the ball game tonight.
Tickets? Who said anything about a ball game? Why, that's the most insulting thing that anyone has ever called me.
Oh, is that Mrs. Mooney? Tell her I said hello.
All right. If you can't believe your own husband, I have no alternative but to hang up on you, Emma. Emma? Emma? Oh, you...
Me? What'd I do?
You have just turned my home into a split-level penitentiary.
Mooney, your wife will forgive you. After all, this isn't the first time she caught you lying. If you want my advice...
Mrs. Carmichael, my life with Irma is none of your wretched business. It's my wretched business. I'll handle Irma.
I was just going to say it would be easier to apologize if you say it with flowers.
What I have to say to Irma can't be said with flowers. A flower pot, maybe. But not flowers.
Remember last time, if it's not flowers today, it'll be a fur coat tomorrow.
You know, we haven't had any fresh flowers in our living room for a long time.
Any special kind you'd like for her?
Yes, poison ivy.
Come in.
Hi.
Oh, Mrs. Mooney's flowers.
Yes. Do you like them?
Oh, they're beautiful. Eddie, you really are an artist. You know something? These are pretty enough to be artificial.
Oh, thank you. I guess you love flowers as much as I do.
Yeah, that's because I used to live over a funeral parlor.
I got started by growing plants on my windowsill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But there's always some kid on the block I had to fight. And there was always some guy calling me a sissy.
Yeah, well, I'll bet those bullies would be good and jealous if they could see the beautiful work you do now.
No, I'm just a glorified delivery boy.
Well, you won't be after you buy the shop from your boss.
Oh, that's all off. I can't get the $3,000 for the down payment.
Oh, Eddie. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I'll just have to tell Mr. Finley to sell the place to somebody else.
He can't sell it to anybody else. Tell him how much it means to you.
Mr. Finley wants cash. Where's a pug like me gonna raise $3,000?
Mr. Mooney.
What do you want?
Oh. Oh, Mr. Mooney.
Eddie Rickles. What have you do?
You don't have to defend me, Mr. Mooney. He's a friend.
Mrs. Carmichael, I am well aware of who Eddie Rickles is. I saw you knock out Joey Mitchell at Madison Square Garden in 1962. You remember that fifth round? Oh, boy, he thought he had you trapped, but you backpedaled. Then you feinted with your left, and you surprised him with that uppercut. Pow! You never had a more loyal fan than Theodore J. Mooney.
Thank you, Mr. Moody.
Ted, to you.
Why, Eddie, I didn't know you were a famous prize fighter.
That was a long time ago.
You were my kind of boxer, Eddie.
And you're his kind of banker, Ted.
Ted to him. Mr. Mooney to you.
Let's tell him the good news, Eddie. Eddie's going into business for himself.
Well, congratulations, buddy boy. Where's the saloon going to be?
Who said anything about a saloon?
Mrs. Carmichael, anyone familiar with sports knows that baseball players open bowling alleys and boxers open saloons.
Yeah, well, not Eddie.
Oh?
I'm a florist.
You're wise.
And he's going to buy his own shop.
And you're smart.
And you're going to give him the $3,000 to do it.
And you're nuts.
Mr. Mooney.
Mrs. Carmichael, the bank can't lend money to just any stranger who wanders in off the street.
Stranger? You just said he's your old buddy, remember? And all he needs is $3,000. Don't be a cheapskate.
Mrs. Carmichael, I am acting in the best interest of the bank. So don't call me a cheapskate.
Well, you said you were Eddie's most loyal fan. Why don't you loan him the money?
Now you can call me a cheapskate.
Oh, don't feel bad, Eddie. Mr. Mooney will only loan money to people who don't need the loan.
That's all right. I guess I was too crazy to even think I could own my own shop.
Oh, now, Eddie, don't give up. Nothing is impossible.
$3,000, that's impossible. Boy, just think of it. When I used to fight, I used to get that much for one bout.
You got $3,000 for one fight? Wow. Eddie, do you really want that florist shop?
Sure I do.
Then you're gonna fight again.
Oh, no, I can't fight anymore, no.
Why not? Well, the way Mr. Mooney raved about you, you must be terrific.
Oh, I used to be, but I'm past my prime, and I haven't been in training for years.
So you start training again. All you need is one fight, and you'll have your $3,000.
Are you kidding? To get $3,000 in one fight, you gotta fight somebody with a big name.
Like Sandy Koufax?
Sandy Koufax isn't a boxer.
No? I heard Mr. Mooney say that nobody can hit him. Well, all right, who is a big name?
Well, there's a kid that packs him in by the name of Sonny Shore.
Well, then Sonny Shaw better watch out.
For what?
For us.
For us?
We are going to fight Sonny Shaw.
That's a good boy. That's it. Keep it up. That's it. Keep it. Hang it up. That's good. Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah, that's it. Excuse me, Nick. Hey, kid, why don't you cool off a while, huh? Yeah.
Since when do they let dames around here during training?
Nick, that ain't no dame. That's Sonny's tomato.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Come here. I just bet 5 big ones on Sonny.
Don't worry, Nick. Your 5,000 clams is in the bank.
To hear you talk, you think the kid was the Manasseh Mauler.
Well, he ain't exactly Jack Dempsey, but the kid got what it takes. Hey, he's got fast hands, good wind, and a lot of class.
You better be right, Louis.
Hey, Louis. What's the red-headed dame doing here?
I ain't no dame. I'm Eddie Rickles' tomato. I come to talk to Sonny Shaw.
Well, I'm Sonny Shaw's manager, lady. What do you want to talk to him about?
Eddie Rickles is going to make a comeback, and it's got to be against Sonny Shaw. That's what I'm here to talk about.
You mean you would put Eddie Rickles in the same ring with Sonny Shaw?
Of course, we'd want to guarantee 3 big ones.
What?
That comes to 3,000 oysters. Clams.
Yeah, I know what it comes to. Now, look, lady, I couldn't do a thing like that to Eddie. Well, he's all washed up.
Eddie is not washed up. He's still got quick hands and light fingers and real class and a lot of wind.
Oh, yeah? Well, just leave me show you something. Hey, Sonny, come here a minute, will you? Now, I want you should show the lady what great shape you're in. Okay, lady, punch Sonny in the stomach.
Are you kidding? I don't go around punching men in public.
Go ahead, he can take it.
Okay.
Huh? What did I tell you, huh? Now, if you was to punch Eddie like that, he'd fall apart.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be the one who's punching Eddie. Sonny is.
I'm sorry, lady. Now, maybe if Eddie trains a few months, I might come take a look at him.
Well, they'll sell the flower shop by then.
What?
I mean, training. If training is all you're worried about, Eddie's been training all along.
I ain't noticed him around the gym.
Oh, well, you see, he's been at a private training camp. Oh, you should see him. He's strong enough to beat the Manasseh Mauler.
The Manasseh Mauler?
That's Dempsey, Jack Dempsey.
I know who that is, yeah. Well, maybe I ought to come with you and take a look at Eddie.
Oh, no. I'll bring him down here to see you.
When?
About 3 weeks.
Say, what training camps you at? Lefty Latimer's?
No, Killer Carmichael.
303. 304. 305. Is it time to quit yet?
No, you can't quit. You gotta do your road work.
306. Lucy, this is my first day in training. Give me a break, please.
It takes 310 laps around that couch to make a mile. Now get going.
307. The couch gets longer each time around. 308. 309. 310, that's a mile. What was that?
Time for your knee bend.
Knee bends? No,
Come
I
on,
can't.
come
I can't,
on,
Lucy.
Eddie.
Please, I can't.
Eddie, please, we have to do knee bends
I
now.
can't with knee bends.
Now, come on, Eddie. Every day we have to do our knee bends to tighten up these muscles,
Oh,
remember?
muscles are
Okay,
tight.
hands on your hips.
Hands on
Down
your
you
hips.
go. One. Very slowly, straighten your back. Straighten your back. Hold your head up, Eddie. 2, 3. Down you all the way.
You're making a guy crazy.
Straighten your back, Eddie. Now, come on. You know how to train. Come on. 4, and up. And 5, and... Eddie, listen to me. Now, listen. You have got to work up to 25 knee bends a day.
No, I can't. There's no way. What's that?
That's a dishwasher. That's our signal for your weigh-in. Get on the scale. Here, hold these.
Books?
Yeah, the scales are off, but it comes out exactly right if you hold the decline and fall of the Roman Empire and Aunt Fanny's cookbook. 166 pounds. Oh, Eddie, that will never do. No good, no good.
I got to get rid of this spare tire.
Spare tire. That's not rubber. That's blubber.
Well, somebody's at the door.
No. It's the timer on the washing machine. That means you got a jump rope and my laundry is done.
Oh, no. No jumping rope. Oh, no.
Eddie.
Forget it.
Eddie, come on. Where's your pep?
I got no more pep. It's all poop. I can't jump.
Come on. Sure you can. You just make a game of it. Now watch.
I can't.
Hey, my name is Lucy, and I come from Albatusi, where I sell onions.
I never learned any...
Just jump to the word.
No, sir. I never learned those jumping poems. That's it. I can't.
Come on, Eddie. I'll jump with you.
I can't. Oh,
Now, you're
please,
going to have
Lucy.
to get with it, Eddie, or you'll never make it.
Please, Lucy.
Now, get in position.
I'm in position.
I'll jump with you.
I can't.
Yes, you can, Eddie. Yes, you can.
Oh,
Are you ready?
I hope so.
January, February, April, May. Listen to what your parents say, and you'll be a great big boy someday.
The bell. Where's the bell?
All right, never mind the bell. It's a telephone. You keep jumping. Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Mooney. No, sir. No, sir, I can't come to work tomorrow either. Well, I'm too sick. I have the jumps. I mean the mumps. Mr. Mooney, I'm not allowed to leave my bed. I can't see anybody and I can't go anywhere. Yes, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Lucy,
Eddie, what are you doing?
look at this.
What?
This plant has a bad case of root rot.
Oh, never mind the root rot. You're in training, Eddie.
But, Lucy, if you don't root out the root rot, the whole plant will turn rotten.
We'll root out the root rot later. Good heavens, Eddie. If you want to ever have your florist shop, you're going to have to forget about flowers. Now, right now, all you got to think about is fighting. You understand? Now, listen, I believe in you, Eddie. You're my kind of boy. And this fight with Shaw mean a lot to you. Your picture in the paper, your name on thousands of posters. Well, maybe one day they'll even name a stadium after you.
I don't want that stuff anymore.
Well, you want your florist shop, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, okay then, put these on. Now you have to keep punching this bag until the dishwasher finishes its drying cycle.
I'll try not to let you down.
All right. You know, I can teach you everything I know, but the rest is up to you. Now get in there and start punching. All right, a little harder. Harder. Well, Eddie, things are looking up.
I'm sorry, Lucy.
Don't apologize. It's been years since I've fallen for a man. Oh, yeah, Mary Jane. You should see Eddie. And you should see that left jab of his now. Yeah, and he's down to 160 pounds. That's his fighting weight. Well, he's really been getting the feel of it these last few days. Hey, I gotta hang up now. Eddie's due any minute. And besides, I don't want the phone to be busy if Mr. Mooney should call. Yeah, he thinks I'm too sick to get out of bed and answer it. Bye. Come on in, champ. Mr. Mooney. Mooney.
Mrs. Carmichael, would you tell me why you have a volleyball hanging in your living room?
Oh, well, I saw an article in a magazine about pop art, and it was called Creative Decorating Hints with Volleyballs. You like it?
No. I thought you were supposed to be deathly ill. How are your mumps?
Oh, they're swell. I mean, the swelling's gone. I found out it wasn't the mumps.
What was it?
It turned out to be root rot.
The whole room looked like it had root rot.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting company.
Well, this isn't a social call.
Oh.
Now, do you remember that fellow from the florist?
What fellow?
Rickles.
Pickles? Pickles?
Rickles.
Not Pickles. Rickles. No, I
Oh,
don't.
well, I have been trying to reach him everywhere, and he has disappeared.
I don't remember him at all.
Mrs. Carmichael, the front door.
Oh, I already bought my Girl Scout cookies, little girl. Go away.
How did you know that was a Girl Scout?
Oh, I can tell by the way they ring the doorbell.
Oh? Now, about this Rickles.
Go on, I'm listening.
I want you to call every florist in town. You find out... Oh, all right, I'll buy the cookies. Come here, little girl. Oh.
Hi, Lucy. Boy, good morning. I'm right on time. Hello, Mr. Moody. Boy, do I feel great. I'm ready to work.
Know where Rickles was, eh? What's she doing here?
I'm letting Eddie work out here, Mr. Mooney. He's going to fight again.
Fight? Why should he do a ridiculous thing like that?
Because he wants to buy a florist shop, that's why, and a certain cheapskate wouldn't lend him the money.
Well, he doesn't have to borrow any money now.
What do you mean?
Eddie, my boy, I have good news for you. I have just gotten you a 5-year contract to be the head designer for the flower show.
Oh, Mr. Mooney! Eddie, did you hear that?
Sonny won't last 3 rounds with me. I'll destroy him. That's what I'll do. Pow! I'll tear him apart. Pow!
Eddie, listen to me. What Mr. Mooney is offering you will make you famous. The most famous florist in California.
Are you kidding? With these fists, I'm going to be famous all over the world. The cheering crowds, my picture in the paper, they'll idolize me. The adoring mob. And I owe it all to you, manager.
Eddie, please, listen to reason, will you? What about your flower shop?
That's for peasants. You never heard of a sports arena named after a florist?
Eddie, what's happened to you?
Something big. You gave it to me, Lucy. You gave me something that every fighter needs. The killer instinct.
He gave that to me years ago.
Oh, boy, I turned a florist into a monster.
Well, you better get him to take that job.
Oh, what difference does it make to you?
I'll tell you what difference it makes to me. My wife was so impressed with the flowers you ordered, she made me promise to hire him for the flower show.
What's your wife got to do with the flower show?
She's running it! That's what she's got to do with it!
All right.
You'd better get him to take that job, or Irma will destroy me!
I'll give you a tip, Teddy boy. Don't bet your money on Shaw. I'm gonna demolish him. Kill!
Sounds like Irma! You better get him to change his mind!
Today I'm gonna do 3 miles around the couch. And then I'm gonna do an extra 15 minutes on the bag. Pow, pow. Boy, I'm a killer. Pow, pow. What I need is a sparring partner. From now on, it's gonna be nothing but fighting.
Listen to me. Listen to reason.
Lick the world, that's what I'm gonna do. I can see it all now. Dames, foreign cars, custom-made shirts, front tables at nightclubs. Soup, soup, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop. Soup, soup, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Soup, soup. Boy, look at me. Hard as a rock. I was nuts to retire. I got a lot of living to do. That's what I got.
Oh, you got a lot of living to do, huh? Well, put up your dukes.
Put up my dukes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I can't use you as a sparring partner.
What's the matter, you chicken? You afraid I'll give you a fat lip to go with your fat head?
Hey, what is it with you?
I just want to show you that you're washed up, Eddie. You're a has-been. You're even worse than that. You're a never was.
Now, just a second.
Yeah, just a second. Get on there. Put up your dukes. Look who wants to fight Sonny Shaw. You're even afraid to fight a girl.
Now, cut that out.
Yeah, oh, you frighten me, Eddie. You frighten me. Oh, you're so tough, Eddie. Eddie Rickles, world champion of the chicken division. That's what you are. Come on, put up your dukes.
Okay.
Get your crummy hands off me, you punchy palooka. Yeah.
I'll show you. Go ahead. Give me your best punch right here on the button.
Is that where you want it?
That's it, and be careful you don't hurt your hand.
Yeah, right on the button.
Go ahead.
Okay, Eddie. Oh, Eddie. Eddie, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't want to do it. I hope I didn't hurt you, Eddie. I just want you to listen to reason. Eddie. Oh, Eddie. Eddie, you're going to have to take some more aspirin. Open your mouth. You're going to feel better now, Eddie. You're going to feel just fine, honey.
I'm going to quit boxing for good this time. Imagine. I got a glass jaw.
Yeah, you're lucky you found out in time.
I got a glass jaw. I can't believe it. A glass jaw.
Oh, it's a good thing you got him to change his mind. Eddie, my boy, let me be the first to congratulate you. You will never regret taking this job.
Oh, don't thank me. It was Lucy. She's the one that made me change my mind.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, all I did was make him listen to reason.
Reason? You? You never used reason around the office. Why don't you try a little reason on me? Say, did I tell you? You have to show up at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Do you think he's going to... Well, what a pleasant surprise, Mrs. Carmichael. And how did we manage to get to work on time for once?
Well, I think my clock's broken. Hi, Dottie.
Hello, Lucy.
We'll get to work on these right away, please.
Well, can I have my coffee first?
No, you can't have your coffee first. You just got here. Now, please, get to work, get to work.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Mrs. Carmichael, turn that radio off! What is that thing doing here?
Well, you see, Mr. Mooney, when I was in high school, I always played the radio while I did my homework, and now that it's hard for me to concentrate with so much quiet going on.
I didn't know they had radios when you went to high school.
Mr. Mooney,
Well, now,
that's
you
not
keep
very
that thing
nice.
off and you get to work at once.
All
Do you hear
right.
me? Good heavens. Mr. Mooney? Oh, good morning, Mr. Cheever. How are you, sir?
Not very well.
Oh, what's wrong, sir?
Well, at the meeting last night, it was brought to my attention that our branch is lagging in the getting of new accounts.
It is?
Yes, and it was suggested that perhaps this branch was a bit overstaffed. One vice president too many, to be exact.
Oh?
And as a vice president, I hope that you can read between the lines, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, Mr. Cheever, sir, are you inferring that unless I get some new accounts...
Well, congratulations. At least you can read.
Oh, my. I've never seen him so upset. How does he expect me to get new accounts? Drag people in off the streets? I don't know why he blames me for everything that goes on around here.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, you better worry about it. You just remember, if I go, you go. Now, I'll be in my office. I don't want to be disturbed.
No, sir.
And that, folks, was the latest hit from the nation's #1 country singer, Homer Higgins. And here's a little news for you Homer Higgins fans. Homer is about to become a California citizen. He arrives in town this morning and will check into the penthouse suite of the luxurious Palm Garden Hotel. Now, that's eating pretty high in the hog for a country boy. And he should be eating high in the hog because the music industry has estimated that Homer's income this year will exceed $5 million. Wow. And now, folks,
Right. Dottie, I'm going out. I'll be back as soon as I can.
But what about this work? If Mr. Mooney comes back and you're not here, won't he be angry?
No, not when he hears about the big new account I got lined up for him.
Right this way.
Well, if this don't beat all.
I hope you will find this suite satisfactory.
Ain't this pretty, Effie?
Well, it looks like an awful big place to keep clean. Why didn't we take that little room we was just in?
That was the elevator.
This penthouse apartment gives you a magnificent view overlooking Los Angeles.
Have mercy on us all.
On a clear day, you can see Catalina.
Well, from what I hear, that's a mighty rare sight.
Catalina?
No, a clear day in Los Angeles.
Anything else, sir?
No, thank you, but just a minute. Just a minute, sir. Here's a tip for you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And all right.
I hope you enjoy your stay.
Hold on there just a minute. You've been awful nice to us. And, Effie, give this nice man some of your duck gizzards.
Oh, sure thing.
Give him a whole wad.
Here you are.
Now.
They're awful good, fried and hog-lard.
Oh, and by the way, at the end of the week, take out what we owe you.
Yes, sir.
All right, fine. Oh, by the way, if there's any left, why, treat your carnation to a sack of fertilizer. That'd be all Well, howdy do, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Higgins. I heard on the radio that you were moving here today, and I thought I'd stop by and welcome you. And
Well, ain't that nice, Effie?
Oh, it sure is. Come in and make yourself to home.
Yes, come
Thank
on
you.
in. I want you to meet my kinfolks.
Get up, company's come.
This is my wife, Effie.
hello.
Howdy.
And that's her brother, Iffy.
Iffy?
Yes, he was born ahead of her, and his folks call him Iffy because if he was a girl, they was going to name him Effie.
Oh. Well, how do you do? Glad to meet you, Iffy. My name is Lucy. Lucy Carmichael.
Howdy, Miss Lucy. Gee, you got hair the color of orange juice.
Orange juice?
Yeah, and I bet a girl as pretty as you must get squeezed alive.
Only when the bus is crowded.
You sure are pretty.
Down, Iff. Down, down. Well, since Iffy's pet skunk died last year, he's gotten girl-minded.
Would you like to come in and rest your feet a spell?
Thank you.
Go right ahead.
Oh, Iffy, come on, help me
Yeah.
with the unpacking.
Now, there.
Come on, come on. Get along, get along. Get.
Bye, Miss Lucy.
Bye. Boy, pick up your feet.
Oh, that boy. That boy is about as useful as a milk bucket under a bull. Would you like some of Effie's sassafras tea?
Well, thank you, but before I accept your hospitality, Mr. Higgins, I think I should explain that my visit is not entirely social.
It is not?
No, not exactly. You see, well, the truth is, well, what I'm trying to say is, if, well...
Why don't you stop spitting on the handle and get to hoeing?
How's that?
Say what you come to say, ma'am.
Oh, well, you see, I really came here to talk business. I work for a bank, Mr. Higgins, and, well, I came to see if we could handle your account.
Well, frankly, ma'am, I don't cotton much to banks.
Oh. Well, Mr. Higgins, banks are very necessary, especially to a man with your income. You know, a bank offers advice on financial investments, and, well, I just think a person should put his money into something.
Oh, I do, ma'am. I do. In boxes.
You mean all these boxes are full of money?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, I keep them in boxes.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you mean you carry your money around with you all the time?
Well, not all of it, ma'am. I had to leave a whole mess of it at home. We run out of boxes.
Well, Mr. Higgins, my, you certainly make a lot of money with your singing and your records.
And you know, I also write all my own songs.
You do?
Yes, ma'am. You want to see me make up a folk song about you right now, just like that?
Well, I sure would.
All righty, bye.
I didn't know you composed your own songs.
Yeah. Fell in love with a pink-haired gal. Fell in love with a pink-haired gal. Fell in love with a pink-haired gal. She fell in love with me.
Well, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very clever.
Well, that last line didn't come too easy.
Oh, well, it was very good, that last line.
Well, you were the inspiration.
Oh, really?
That's right, and if that's ever a hit, I owe you a favor.
Oh, well, the biggest favor you could do for me, Mr. Higgins, is let me introduce you to my boss, Mr. Mooney. He's the banker I work for.
No offense to you, ma'am, but I feel like a worm in hot ashes around them big city bankers.
Well, Mr. Mooney's not a big city-type banker. He comes from real down-to-earth country folk.
He does?
Yeah, he grew up on a farm, and all his kin were farmers, and all his kin's kin.
Sounds like my kind of folk.
Oh, I just know that Mr. Mooney is the type of banker that you'd cotton to.
Well, I tell you what you do. You bring this Mr. Mooney over here so that we can at least have a howdy and a handshake.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Higgins.
All right.
Oh, I'll bring him over right away.
All right.
And I just know that you and Mr. Mooney are going to hit it off like two pigs in a poke.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, how do, Miss Lucy?
Hello, Mr. Higgins. I'd like you to meet my boss, Mr. Mooney.
Well, you sure don't look like no banker.
I don't feel like one either.
My cracky. Oh, come on in and meet my kinfolk. Come right on. Come right on. This is my wife, Effie.
Howdy.
Howdy. Hello, Miss Lucy.
Hello.
And that's her brother, Iffy.
Iffy?
Yes, you see, they named him Iffy because if he was a girl, they were going to name him Effie.
That's right.
Hey, y'all are just in time to tie on the feed bag.
Oh?
Come on in. Come on. Come right on.
Thank you.
Come on.
He carries it around with him all the time.
Y'all hungry?
Yeah. Something smells mighty inviting, Mrs. Higgins.
Oh, just call me Effie.
And I'm Homer.
And I'm Theodore J.
The J stands for Joshua. His friends and kin call him Josh.
Well, that's a mighty fitting name. You know, you look like a Josh. Yeah. Effie, how's the victuals coming?
Oh, done to a turn.
Oh, fine. Sit down, Miss Lucy, and you too, Josh. Sit right down.
Say, you folks sure got this place looking mighty comfortable.
Well,
You know, speaking of comfort, do you mind if I take my shoes off?
Not at all.
Oh, thank you. I never could get used to these darn things.
Well, and if you have anything to loosen, ma'am, just let her pop.
Here you are, Mr. Mooney. Oh, thank you. And here you are, Miss Lucy.
Oh,
now,
thank
this
you.
here is Effie's favorite recipe.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is it?
Well, Effie calls it rib sticking stew. It's just chock full of boiled deer liver, turnip greens, hog jowls, fat back, and sow belly. Come on, folks, eat up. Poke her down now. Oh, you know, man sure is lucky to have a woman that's got a gift for cooking. Your wife cook anything tastes like this?
Everything my wife cooks.
Well, then I take it your Mrs. Mooney is a girl with country rearing.
Acres of it.
That a fact. I see.
You know something? Back in Cedar Creek County, Mrs. Mooney was a champion hog caller.
She were?
Yeah, that's how she got Mr. Mooney.
Well, you know, Effie, I reckon we won't be getting homesick here in California knowing people like Josh and his missus.
Yeah, I hope we'll be seeing a lot of each other, Josh.
Well, no reason why you shouldn't if you come to my office to do your banking chores.
Oh, sounds mighty fine to me.
Well, now, wait a minute, Bucket Mouth. Don't you go get any big... Now, I take the old Josh here, but the big city banks is something else again.
Oh, but Mr. Higgins, our bank isn't at all like a big city bank. It's as homey as gravy on a tablecloth. And all the people that work there are just like old Josh here, neighborly, country-reared folk.
Sounds like a dinger of a bank.
Well, maybe we could go down there a little while this afternoon, look the place over.
Oh, instead of this afternoon, why don't you come down tonight after the bank is closed?
After you're closed?
Yeah, tonight's the night we have our weekly hoedown.
Hoedown?
Once a week, us folks like to have a little get-together, and I just know old Josh would love to have you join us.
Why, me and Effie take the hoedowns like a hog takes the slough.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, now, it's the West Lang Bank, and it's right down the street. Come on, Mr. Mooney. We have to get back to the bank for your appointment.
Oh, well, me and Effie will sure look forward to this.
Yeah, well,
more than that, most of all, we'll be looking forward to meeting Mrs. Mooney.
Mrs. Mooney.
Mrs. Mooney will be looking forward to meeting you, too. You be sure and show up now.
Oh, don't you worry, ma'am. We'll be there fit as a tiddly and ready to wink.
All right, bye,
Mooney, in all my years of banking, I have never been involved in anything so bizarre and outrageous.
Well, the Higgins account is worth a little trouble, sir. Oh, you'll thank me if we get it.
Yeah, what if we don't get the Higgins account?
Well, it was all Mrs. Carmichael's idea.
Where is Mrs. Mooney?
Here I am.
Mrs. Carmichael, I know my wife isn't Miss America, but do you have to be so hokey?
You don't want him to recognize me, do you?
Oh, well, no. Well, Homer and Effie will be here at any minute.
Yeah.
So let's get this pea-picking, tater-planting, corn-husking show on the road.
Okay, Josh. Come on, let's get the party going. Head couples, do-si-do. Hurry up, farmer, don't be slow. Side couple, same old thing. Do-si-do across the ring. Partners all with a right elbow. Back by the left. Here we go. Go right into a right-left grand. Try not to blush when you hold her hand. Beat old Sal, take old Sue. Promenade the gal with a run-down shoe. Get back home, swing and whirl. Round and round with a pretty little girl. Just to the center, left-hand star. Turn your girl not too far. Gents back out, you're doing swell. Into the center with a great big yell.
Folks, I'd like you to meet my wife, Irma.
Howdy.
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 Hi, y'all.
Oh, that was mighty good square dance calling, ma'am.
Oh, shucks.
Yes, it was.
Now, Irma, don't be so shy.
I heard you was a champion hog caller, ma'am.
Oh, well, my hog calling days are over. The last time I called so loud my Adam's apple turned to cider.
Ain't that a knee slapper?
Well, now, since the Higgins clan is all here, let's get this shindig going, eh? Let's give them a real musical welcome.
Okay, come on, Mr. Cheever. We'll give him a doozy.
There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. Gather round me, folks, I've got some things I'd like to say about the shindig that's a-coming, and it's only a week away. And everybody's gonna have a good time, if my prediction is right, at the Ladies Auxiliary Barn Dance Saturday night. There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. The gals will dress in calico with their fancy lace and buttons and bows, so all you fellas get gussed up in your Sunday go-to-meeting clothes. Mr. Cricket, keep on a-chirping, Mr. Moon, keep shining bright, at the Ladies Auxiliary Barn Dance Saturday night. There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. One more time. There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. Saturday night. Hey!
Enjoying yourself, neighbor?
Oh, it's the best time I ever had in my life. Now I know what I'm going to do with all my money.
What?
I'm going to take it and buy me a bank like this of my very own. Come on, Nicky.
Well, ain't that a knee slapper?
No, that's a nose puncher. Carmichael,
Yes, sir.
these reports have to be typed and these filed right away.
But, Mr. Mooney, it's 6:30 already.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Carmichael. I still know how to tell the time.
But all this work will take me at least 2 hours. Will I get paid time and a half for overtime?
No, you won't get paid anything.
But that's not fair. I'll be working later than anybody else.
You got here later than anybody else.
I had a good excuse for being late this morning.
Good, yes. Believable, no.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mooney, for being late, but the smog was so thick I couldn't find the bus.
I couldn't.
No, get to work, please.
Yes, sir. Working overtime for no money. Nobody appreciates anything around here.
Oh, yes, they do. Only this morning, I called our president, Mr. Cheever, and I told him that my chair was worn out, and he told me that I would get a new chair. Yes, indeed. They reward people around here who use their heads.
Then how come your chair wore out in the seat? Oh, come on in, Mary Jane.
Oh, Lucy, I've got the most wonderful news. You'll never guess what happened to me. You'll never guess in a million years.
Well, what happened?
Guess.
Oh, come on now, Mary Jane. I'm no good at guessing games.
I'll give you a little hint. What's the best thing that can happen to a working girl?
You're getting married.
No.
No? You're engaged?
No.
You got a date?
No, I guess I better tell you. I got a raise.
Oh, Mary Jane, that is wonderful. Is it much of a raise?
Well, no, but at least now my take-home pay is worth taking home.
Oh, that's wonderful.
When do you think you're going to get a raise?
Me get a raise? Ha! Mr. Mooney won't even pay me for working overtime, let alone give me a raise.
When did he give you your last one?
Well, let me see. It was on Flag Day. I don't remember the year, but our flag still had 48 stars.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, well.
How much money are you making now, Lucy?
Oh, I'm ashamed to tell you. But every time I file my income tax, they send me a sympathy card.
Well, have you ever hinted to Mr. Mooney that you wanted more money?
Hinted? Look, I've done everything. I've skipped lunch telling him I couldn't afford to eat. I told him I have to walk to work because I can't even afford a bus. The only time I ever got a reaction out of him was once when I came in with big holes in my coat.
Oh, and he gave you a raise?
No, he gave me a needle and thread and told me to stop looking like a slob. Oh, darn it, I always forget that this plant is artificial. I just don't understand it, Mary Jane. Seems to me that everybody in that bank has gotten a raise except me.
Well, I just think you're using the wrong approach.
Well, what is the best way to get a raise?
The best way to get a raise is to point out to Mr. Mooney what a good worker you are, that you're never absent, you're never late, and you never make mistakes.
Well, what's the next best way?
Have you ever tried to appeal to his good side?
I've never been able to find it.
Well, Lucy, honestly, you've been there long enough. You're entitled to a raise.
You're telling me.
Well, you should just ask for it.
I have.
Be firm about it. Go in there in the morning and beard the lion in his den.
Okay, but it would be easier getting a raise from a real lion.
Mooney speaking. Oh, hello, Mr. Cheever. Yes, sir, the new chair arrived, sir. It's a beauty. I've just been admiring it, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Cheever. Thank you.
Mr. Mooney. How are you feeling, Mr. Mooney?
Oh, I'm all right.
And how is Mrs. Mooney feeling?
She's all right.
And how was your
No,
evening?
you cannot have a raise.
How did you know I was going to ask for a raise?
Mrs. Carmichael, when you come in here on time and inquire about my health and my wife's health, you obviously aren't aiming for a cut in your salary. Now, please get to work.
Mr. Mooney, I've been working here a long time now, and it seems as though everybody in this bank has gotten a raise except me.
True.
Well, Mr. Mooney, I realize I haven't been a very efficient secretary,
True.
and I am almost always late.
True.
And I do take a little too long on my coffee breaks.
True.
And I'm not a very good typist.
True.
But, Mr. Mooney, you're not going to give me a raise, are you?
True.
Why won't you?
Because, as you just said, you're not efficient, you're always late, you take too long for your coffee breaks, and you are not a good typist.
Yeah, but you can't think of one single reason on your own.
Mrs. Carmichael, we have a very busy day ahead of us. Please get to work.
Mr. Mooney,
What now?
I think you are taking a very unappreciative attitude after all I've done for this bank.
Just what have you done for this bank?
Well, in what condition was this bank before I came to work for it?
It was the third largest financial institution in the city with assets of $300 million and 31 branches.
And what condition is it in now?
It is the third largest financial institution in the city with assets of $300 million and 31 branches.
You see, I haven't heard it one bit.
Back.
I still think you ought to give me a raise.
Nobody gives a raise. You have to earn it.
Well, how?
Either by being very efficient, which in your case is too ridiculous to discuss, or by performing some outstanding service for the bank.
Like what?
Well, Mr. Cheever gave his secretary an increase because she devised a new system of bookkeeping. She also suggested an advertising slogan for the bank.
She also wears a sweater 2 sizes too small.
Mrs. Carmichael, this is no time to be facetious. Now let me give you a word of advice. Remember, the laborer is worthy of his hire. The climb up the ladder of success is not easy. How do you suppose I got where I am today?
You married the boss's daughter.
I did not. She was his niece. I work very hard to maintain my position here. I work extra hours. For example, today I am having lunch in my office, so I can be here for an appointment with an important client. To get ahead, you have to work. Now, you think about that, Mrs. Carmichael.
Mr. Mooney,
What?
I'm going to take 10 more minutes on my coffee break and just think about that.
You are impossible!
You got your new chair, huh?
Mooney speaking. Oh, yes, Mr. Cheever. Yes, I'm expecting Mr. Leonard any time, sir. Well, I know he's a very important client of ours, sir, but I've never met him personally. He did. He produced the Danny Thomas show, yeah? Dick Van Dyke. Oh, and I Spy. Oh, well, thank you, sir. That's a big help to me. Yes, indeed. Thanks very much. Oh, and thanks again for the chair. I flipped over it. Goodbye, sir. Yes?
Mr. Sheldon Leonard is here to see you, sir.
I'm expecting him. Send him in, please. Mr. Leonard. Why, it's so nice to see you, sir.
Thank you. Have I interrupted your lunch?
No. No, I had lunch hours ago, sir. Yes. Oh, Mr. Leonard, won't you sit down, sir? There you are.
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable. You know, Mr. Leonard, although we've never met, I feel that I've known you for years. I used to go to all those gangster movies you were in. I'm quite a fan of yours.
Yes, I made a lot of those gangster movies.
Yes.
In fact, I still get bumped off 3 times a night on the Late Late Show.
Well, you were so believable as a gangster.
Maybe I was too believable. Every time I stepped out of the house, the cops arrested me.
Well, now, surely you explained to them who you were.
Well, yes, I did, but from force of habit, I'd say it like this. I'd say, all right, get your hands off of me, copper, or you'll wind up in a cement kimona.
Well, it must have been quite a loss to your public when you gave up acting to become a producer and director.
What public? No. I was one of those actors that people would see on the street and they'd say, hey, look, there goes, what's his name? The face was familiar, but they couldn't remember the name.
Well, you have to expect that of people.
From my own kids? Yeah. Twice the little finks turned me in for the reward.
Well, I must say it was a lucky day for television when you gave up acting and became a producer.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, yes, it was. It was indeed. Why, anyone who owns a television set today knows the name Sheldon Leonard.
Except my kids. They still refer to me as what's-his-name.
Well, I won't forget your name.
No?
No, sir. I love those television shows of yours. There's that Danny Thomas show, the Dick Van Dyke, I Spy. That is the most wonderful show. The way you have worked that around so that the... Why, Mr. Leonard, you're blushing. Am I embarrassing you?
Well, yes. Oh. But please continue. You forgot Andy Griffith's show and Gomer Pyle.
Andy Griffith and Gomer Pyle, yes, and I understand that you're currently creating a new series.
Well, yes, that's right. We're shooting the pilot now.
You're shooting the pilot?
No, that's an expression in television. It means that we're making a test, a sample film, you know. In fact, that's why I'm here to see you.
Oh?
Yes, we have a scene in which there's a bank holdup. And I think it would be more realistic if we filmed it in an actual bank. So, with your permission, I'd like to film it here.
Film it here?
Yes.
In this bank?
Yes.
Well, now, I'd like to oblige you, Mr. Leonard, but that would disrupt our entire day.
Well, I don't intend doing it during your business hours. No, we'll film it at night after the bank is closed.
Well, it's unprecedented and against all regulation.
We're bonded and fully insured.
Well, I'm afraid not. It's quite out of the question.
The screen credit will read Technical Advisor Theodore Mooney.
That's Theodore J. Mooney, and when do we start?
We want to film it tomorrow night, but I'd like to come in tonight and rehearse the scene with my principal actors, if you don't mind.
By all means.
And don't you worry about anything going wrong, Mr. Mooney. I'll watch your money as if it were my own.
Well, with all the shows you do, most of it is. That's a little joke. I just made that up. Right on the spur of the moment. Maybe you could use it in your... It's not very funny. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Well, I would like to familiarize myself with the layout of the bank here. In the words of the trade, I'd like to case the joint.
Oh, case the joint. By all means, help yourself. Make yourself at home. Oh, I'd better give you a key, Mr. Leonard.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, here's the key to the front door of the bank, so you can use that tonight.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much.
A great pleasure meeting you. technical advisor, Theodore J. Mooney. Ah!
Uh-oh. The bank's kind of busy. Give me your check, Mary Jane. I'll have it cash for you so you won't have to wait in line.
Okay, thanks.
Would you like the bills in any particular denomination?
Well, I'd like it in tens, but it's only for $5.
This'll only take a minute. Maggie, when you get a chance.
What's the matter?
Shh.
What's the matter?
Shh. The bank is going to be held up.
Hold up. How do you know?
That man behind us is a gangster.
A gangster?
Yeah, look. No, don't look. I don't want him to get suspicious. Now you can look. Don't look so long.
Lucy, how do you know he's a gangster?
Shh, because I recognize his face. Just look at him. Don't look.
Well, are you sure he's a gangster?
Of course I'm sure. Why, he's probably one of the 10 most wanted crooks in the whole country. Doesn't he look like a crook to you? Don't look. You know something? I think I saw his picture in the post office. Boy, he's got a criminal face if I ever saw one. With those beady eyes, that thin, cruel lips, and that low-slung forehead. And look at that receding chin.
He hasn't got a receding chin.
Shh. He probably had a chin job.
We better call the police.
Hey, we can't call the police. He hasn't done anything yet. I'm going over and see if I can hear what he's saying.
Hello, Frankie. It's all set for the bank tonight. Yep, it's a perfect setup. Have the boys here at 8 o'clock. No, we can't wait. We have to shoot the pilot.
I was right. He is going to rob the bank tonight. Not only that, he's going to make his escape in a stolen airplane.
How do you know?
He just said he was going to shoot the pilot.
Let's call the police.
No, now, wait a minute. We don't have any evidence.
Well, you said he was going to rob the bank tonight.
Yeah. And I'm going to be right here when he does.
Lucy, you're crazy.
No, I'm not. The minute he starts robbing this bank, I'm going to catch him red-handed.
You better tell Mr. Mooney.
I will not. There's probably a reward out for that crook. Mr. Mooney's the type who would keep it. Besides, this is my chance to do something for the bank so I can earn my raise.
There's got to be an easier way to get a raise.
Well, there is, but I'm not the type to wear a sweater 2 sizes too small. Now, listen. This is what we're gonna do.
We?
Yes, we. Now, listen.
Like trick-or-treat.
I already told you, so they'll think we're scrub women and not kill us.
Well, I hope not. I wouldn't want to get caught dead in this outfit.
Never mind.
Hey, Charlie, you wait for the car. Okay, fellas, come on.
The nerve of him coming right through the front door.
Oh, it's really something, Lucy.
Shh, don't talk.
Listen.
Don't talk.
Well, you're talking.
Let's not talk about not talking. Shh.
This is really a setup. It's a perfect setup. Yeah. There's a good place for us to line up people up when we start shooting. Right there. Now, remember, this whole thing has got to go like clockwork or we blow the whole bit. Now, Louie, you go back of the cashier's cage and scoop up all the money, right? Go. You get ready to unpack the nitro so you can blow the vault. All right? You stay at the door. Keep an eye on the door. We can... Louie. Hey, Louie. Now, where did he get to? What's the matter, boss? Louie disappeared. Go get him, will you? You bet. Now, I want you to remember that you got to keep an eye on this door all the time. Harry. Hey, Harry. Harry, Louie. Where did they get to? Everybody is disappearing here. Go find them, will you?
Okay, I'll get him.
Bring them on. I gotta talk. Boys. Louie. Harry, Pete, somebody. Where did everybody get to? What are you doing?
Oh, excuse me. I thought we was here alone.
No, we wasn't here alone.
Oh.
Did you see some men go back there?
Men?
Yeah.
If there was men back there, do you think we'd be out here?
I'd better go see for myself.
Hold him now.
I got him.
Now, don't you move or we'll let you have it.
What are you talking about?
You're gonna rob this bank, you dirty crook.
I am not robbing anything. I'm going to shoot a pilot.
That's murder. That's even worse than robbery.
Look, ladies, let me explain. This is a mistake. I'm not a crook.
Never mind. I know a crook when I see one, and I've seen your face 1,000 times.
Yeah, of course you have. I'm what's his name? Got me so confused now, even I can't remember.
Somebody's coming. Oh, maybe another member of his gang. Yeah, hold him there now.
Now, look, lady.
Quiet.
Talking about? What's going on here?
Mr. Mooney, he was robbing your bank.
Oh, he's not doing anything of the
He's a
kind.
big crook, boy.
Get your hands
We
off.
got him.
Come on, get your hands off here. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I don't know what you're talking
He's
about.
got a whole bunch of men here.
Oh,
He was
be
robbing
quiet.
the bank.
Oh,
You're making a big mistake.
You're making a mistake. Oh.
You mean he's not here to rob the bank?
Of course not. I'm terribly sorry. Now, what happened?
I don't know. All the years I've been in the business, I never had to fight any gangsters as tough as these two broads.
Well, who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm rehearsing a new television series here.
A television series?
Yes, he's the well-known actor-producer.
Actor? Oh, of course. Oh, I should have recognized you. Why, well, whatchamacallhim?
What's his name?
He's Sheldon Leonard.
Hey, Sheldon Leonard. Oh, Mr. Leonard. Oh, I feel so embarrassed. I'm terribly sorry. Come on, Mary Jane, let's get out of here. I'm sorry.
Just a moment, you two. Just a moment. I want to know what's going on around here.
Well,
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, well, I'm Mr. Mooney's secretary, and I thought you were robbing the bank, and Mr. Mooney said I could earn a raise if I did something extra and special, and when I heard that you were going to shoot a pilot, well, I thought you were crooks, and that if I caught you, I'd get a raise, and the Department of Income Tax could stop sending me sympathy cards.
What's she say?
I wouldn't know. I speak 7 languages, but not hers.
I'm terribly sorry. Come on, Mary Jane.
No, wait a minute. Come back here. Come here.
What?
You ever done any acting?
Acting?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Well, I suddenly got this idea for a new television series. You see, it would be about this kooky, red-headed girl, you see, and she works in a bank, and she gets into all sorts of impossible situations, and forget it, nobody would ever believe it.
I can use some.
Are you still looking for a chance to make extra money?
Well, I sure am. If I don't make a payment on my television set this month, I'll be back to eating my TV dinners in front of my radio.
Your problems are over.
Oh?
One of the producers at our studio is looking for a secretary to work at his house over the weekend.
That sounds wonderful.
Guess who the producer is?
Who?
Milton Berle.
Milton Berle, the comedian?
It's Milton Berle, the producer now. He's producing a motion picture.
Oh, he doesn't have his television show anymore, does he?
No.
Oh, the poor soul. I guess he needed a steady job. Well, I'll help him all I can. Oh, he's a wonderful man.
Okay, Miss Evans. When he comes in, will you tell him that Milton Berle called? Ruth.
Yes, dear.
Did that secretary get here yet?
No, not yet. Honey, while you're waiting for her to come,
Yeah.
I wish you'd eat some breakfast.
Honey, I'm too busy. I'm working on the budget for the picture.
Well, you shouldn't be too busy to eat.
Huh?
You've been working night and day. What are you trying to prove?
Oh, I happen to love show business, and I want to make good.
Make good?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? You've had a very successful career.
What, as a comedian? Well, Ruth, when a man matures, he wants the kind of success that brings respect. I mean, when you meet people today and you talk about Berle, what's the best thing they can say about him? He's funny, he's funny, he's funny. Well, I'm out to prove that Berle is not funny. That's not a nice thing to say.
I didn't say anything.
That's what hurts. You love me too much to say it.
Of course I love you.
Yeah.
That's why I hate to see you working so hard, taking on all this hard work.
Oh, Ruth, don't
Seems
start
to
it.
me you've had enough success in show business to satisfy anyone.
Oh.
I mean, vaudeville, movies, television, nightclubs. Why do you want to be a producer?
Don't you understand, Ruth, dear? I want to grow.
Well, then you ought to stop smoking.
I was...
Hello, I'm Mrs. Carmichael.
Mr. Burrell's been waiting for you.
Oh. Well, I sure am looking forward to meeting Mr. Berle.
May I take your coat?
Oh, thank you. I'm a very big fan of his. Once I sent him a letter, and he sent me an autographed picture.
Well, now you can meet him in person.
Oh.
Mrs. Carmichael, this is Mr. Burrell.
How do you do?
Oh, Mr. Berle, I can't tell you how happy I am to meet you. I'm one of your biggest fans.
Oh, you're putting me on.
No, I'm not. You can ask your maid.
This is Mrs. Berle.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I apologize.
That's all right. Don't apologize. I'm still his maid. I have some shopping to do. I'll see you later.
All right, darling.
Goodbye, Mrs. Berle.
Don't spend too much money, honey. Come on, we better get to work.
Yes.
Like a gag I used to do. All play and no work makes no jack.
Oh, that's funny.
It wasn't that funny.
Oh, you're always funny to me, Mr. Berle. You know something? I used to just love when you dressed up as a hillbilly and you wore those funny clothes and you went, you remember that? I used to just die at you. Oh, I remember once you dressed up like a seal. You were wonderful. You went, You were a riot.
Thank you very much, but I'd like to get some work done.
Oh,
Would you
yes,
sit
sir.
down here, please?
Yes, sir. I just know working with you is going to be a ball.
Well, thank you. Now, when you're ready, I'd like to dictate a letter to my director, Mr. Lou Jackson.
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Say, Dear Lou, regarding your letter of the 25th... What are you laughing at?
Oh, you always make me laugh.
What's so funny about regarding your letter of the 25th? Mrs. Carmichael, will you please tell me what's so funny?
Oh, I don't know. It's the way you say things.
Whoa, All I said was regarding your letter of the 25th.
I know. And you look like a rabbit when you say
Now let's get back to work.
Yes, sir.
I loved your suggestions, and I think that we should get Robert Wagner to play the part of the pilot.
Oh, Robert Wagner's very good.
Thank you. If you have any other ideas on this, let me hear from you.
Well, I'll think about it tonight.
I was dictating.
Oh.
Just sign that, yours truly. Would you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
And now I have another important letter, personal letter to get out, and it goes to this address right here.
Mr. Marvin Kane, Beverly House of Fashion.
That's
yes,
right.
Sir.
I want to order something for my wife. Next week is our wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Dear Marvin.
What anniversary is it, Mr. Burl?
14th.
Oh.
Yeah. Dear Marvin, next week is my...
Where did you meet Mrs. Burl?
It was a blind date. Some friends brought her to my television show. I can still see her sitting out in the audience that night. She was wearing a beautiful black velvet gown, trimmed in ermine and a string of pearls with matching earrings.
Oh.
That was our first date. And by the way, that was our first fight.
Your first fight?
Yes.
Well, what did you fight about?
Well, I came out on the stage wearing the same outfit.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you had a fight on your first date, how did you ever get together?
Would you really like to know, Miss Carmichael?
Oh, I'd love to know.
A dozen roses did the trick.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yes. It was the first time anyone ever sent me flowers. Wrapped in a girdle.
Oh, what a sense of humor your wife has.
That's true. That's why I begged her to marry me.
You begged her to marry you?
Yes, I did.
How
Where else could I get a part where the baggy pants comic winds up with the lovely leading lady?
Oh, what a nice thing to say.
Dear Marvin.
I already have that.
Anything wrong?
Oh, no. I just think the way you feel about Mrs. Burl is very touching.
Well, she's my wife.
Yeah, I know, but you hear about Hollywood and Hollywood marriages, you know. I've heard that sometimes stars are so involved with themselves that they're just not capable of loving anyone else.
That's ridiculous. Look how I love Marvin. I've called him dear 6 times already.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, dear Marvin, next week is my 14th wedding anniversary, and I would like to order something very special for Ruth. A black velvet gown trimmed in ermine and a nice strand of pearls with matching earrings.
Oh, Mr. Burl, what a beautiful thought. Getting the same outfit she wore on her first date with you. Oh, no wonder you have such a great marriage. You're so sweet and so kind and so thoughtful.
No, Mrs. Carmichael. Ruth is the one who's sweet and kind, seeing that I eat right, that I don't work too hard, sitting out in the audience and laughing at all my jokes. Believe me, that takes loyalty, real loyalty, especially some of the jokes I told in Kansas City. You know, Miss Carmichael, whenever I'm sick, she brings me hot chicken soup.
Oh?
And when I have a fever, she brings me frozen chicken soup and puts it on my head. That's one of the jokes I told in Kansas City.
And she laughed?
She even applauded.
Oh, she really loves you.
Well, that's why I try to make her happy. And on our anniversary, I'll spring the gowns and the pearls and the earrings, all in such a way that it'll be a complete surprise.
How? What are you going to do?
I'll come down the stairs wearing the whole outfit.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I really think that's good.
Oh, you're a wonderful couple.
Thank you. Sorry, I got so wrapped up in work, I forgot about lunch. I'll heat some tea, and I'm going to look for something for a sandwich.
Well, now, look, Mr. Burl, you have a lot of work to do. How about letting me fix lunch?
You think you can find your way around?
Oh, sure. I love to look in other people's refrigerators.
Really? I'm a medicine chest man myself.
Oh,
Funny.
Mr. Burl, you're funny.
Thank you.
Oh, look here. Some beautiful tomatoes and lettuce and, oh, you know something? I make a wonderful Caesar salad.
You do?
Yeah, better than Julius.
Caesar salad better than Judas. That's funny. Funny.
You know where I can find a very large salad bowl?
I'll find
Any
one.
kind
I'll
of
find
salad.
one right away.
What's that?
That's the front door, dear.
Oh, I'll get it. Hello. Oh! Oh, it's Ruta Lee, the movie star.
Well, just don't stand there. Let her in.
Oh!
Ruta, you'll have to excuse my secretary. She didn't mean to kill your entrance. She just gets excited about movie stars. Well, it's good to see you, Ruta. Ruta is a friend of the family.
Oh.
Let's sit down. What? Oh, yes. Ruta, this is my secretary, Mrs. Carmichael.
Hello. How do you do, Miss Lee? I'm so glad to meet you. I go to see all of your movies. You do? Yes, some of them I see 2 and 3 times.
Well, thank you.
I never get enough of you, Miss Lee. You know, I just wish you were old enough to have some of your pictures on the Late Late Show.
Oh, that's very flattering.
To me, it isn't. Let's sit down and get comfortable.
Oh, excuse me, I have some water boiling.
Milton?
Yes, dear?
Where's Ruth?
Oh, Ruth, she's out shopping. She's
Oh.
not around.
Now, what is all this I hear about your being a producer?
That's true, darling. I'm producing a great one. The picture's called The Friendly Sky. And the reason I have to come over here, there's a part in it for you that would be just perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Well, it's a very dramatic part about a girl who becomes involved with a married man.
Oh, Milton, that doesn't sound like me.
Oh, no.
I never play the other woman. I always play wholesome parts. You know, the girl next door.
Well, that's why it'll be good for you, because it's different. Look, instead of me trying to sell you, how about, Ruta, reading a scene with me? I have it right here. Turn to page 17.
I don't come in until page 17.
Well, the early pages are all about you. They build up your entrance.
Oh.
Now, honey, the scene starts where you say, "Where's your wife?" Look it up.
All right, let me just look this over.
By the way, my secretary's fixing some lunch. Will you join us?
Fine.
Yeah, how about a cup of tea while we're waiting?
Oh, I'd love some.
Okay. Mrs. Carmichael?
What?
Mrs. Carmichael?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm talking on the intercom. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, you're coming in loud and clear.
Miss Lee is going to join us for lunch.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we'd like a cup of tea now.
Oh, Roger.
Now, how about it, beautiful? Are you ready?
All right, Milton. Now, where is your wife?
Who cares about my wife? We're alone.
Darling, it's so wonderful to see you again.
Not nearly as wonderful as it is for me to see you.
What a shame that we have to steal these precious moments.
I treasure every one of them.
But what about your wife? Are you sure she doesn't suspect?
My wife is too stupid to suspect. I've been trying to get rid of her for years. Darling, let's not talk about her. Just cuddle close and let my lips caress your loveliness.
Oh, my love, my pet. It's no use. I can't go on sharing you. I can't.
Mrs. Carmichael, what happened?
I dropped the cream pitcher.
Well, no use crying over spilt milk.
That's very funny.
Very funny.
Ruta, that's a wonderful part for you, am I right?
Oh, I don't know, Milton. I'll have to think about this. Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Sugar. Mrs. Carmichael, I said sugar.
Oh, I thought you were talking to her.
One lump, please.
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes?
would you mind giving me a couple of lumps?
I would love to.
All right. No harm done.
I'll serve your lunch as soon as it's ready, sir.
Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir?
Would you care to join us for some tea?
Oh, I wouldn't think of intruding on your privacy.
She's a wonderful secretary, and she makes a Caesar salad better than Julius.
Milton, that's a very funny line.
It's mine. Just can't believe it. I thought he was such a nice man. Imagine that. I used to laugh at him all the time. I'll never laugh at him again. Tell him that. Fooling around with another woman when he's got such a wonderful wife. So sick. He ought to be ashamed of himself, that's what.
Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Burrow.
What's Mr. Burrow got you doing?
Oh, well, I'm just fixing him some lunch.
Well, that's very nice of you. Where is Mr. Burrow?
But he's inside with a friend of the family.
Friend of the family?
Miss Rhoda Lee.
Oh, how nice. Milton's been wanting to get together with Rhoda for a long time.
Well, he got together with her, all right.
I think I'll go in and say hello.
Oh, no, they're very busy. They're very busy in there. I don't think you should go in. You've been busy, too, haven't you?
Yes, I've been doing some shopping.
Yeah.
I bought Milton a surprise anniversary gift.
Oh, how nice.
Well, I think I'll just poke my head in.
No, don't poke. So you got him a surprise gift, huh?
Yes. I bought him a new golf bag.
Oh, that's wonderful. Sometimes a man gets tired going around with the same old bag. I mean, it's nice when a man has two bags. That's a good gift. No, don't let him know you're home, please. You better stay right out here. You don't go in there because then he'll know you're home and he'll come out here and he might see your gift. You better hide it. You really ought to hide this. Yes, it's a beautiful gift. You don't want him to see it. If he knows you're home, he might come out here. Why don't you hide it upstairs?
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
You know, I'm glad you're fixing Milton some lunch. He needs to keep up his strength. Milton, I just don't think this part is right for me.
Why not?
Well, like I said, I've never played the other woman before. Now, the public accepts me in a certain image, and I just don't think I can be convincing in this role.
Convincing? Are you kidding? Rudy, you'd be great. Do you think I'd let you do anything that might hurt your image or jeopardize your career just to get you in my picture?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's beside the point. Now, Rhoda, please, will you take the script home, get the feel of it, then come over here Monday night, have dinner with Ruth and me, and we can discuss it, huh?
Well, all right, I'll take the script. But I can't possibly be here Monday night. Because Monday night, you and Ruth are coming over to my house. I'm having a little dinner party in honor of your 14th wedding anniversary.
That's wonderful, darling. Maybe sometime during the evening, you and I can sneak off together someplace and discuss things.
All right.
Mr. Burrow.
Yes, Mrs. Carmichael?
May I toss the salad?
Please do. big idea? What are you, some kind of a nut?
You're the one who's some kind of a nut. Married 14 years to a wonderful wife. A wife who worries about you, brings you chicken soup when you're sick, and laughs at your stale jokes in Kansas City. And what thanks does she get? You call her stupid and carry on with another woman.
Another woman?
Me? Don't act so innocent, you teeny bopper, you. I heard you over the intercom. Just cuddle close. Let my lips caress your loveliness. Oh, my love. Oh, my pet. I can't go on sharing you. I can't.
Caress your loveliness? Are you crazy or something?
That was the scene we were rehearsing from his picture.
From one of my new pictures?
Your picture.
Yes, my...
A likely story.
Listen to me. I can't see you. What is it, Mrs. Carmichael? What is it?
You can't fool me like you fool your stupid wife.
Stupid wife?
Did somebody call me?
Ruth.
I thought you gave up comedy.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Burl. I tried to keep all of this from you, you poor little thing.
Now, Ruth, this is an entire misunderstanding.
I'll say it
Yes.
Mrs. Carmichael overheard us rehearsing a love scene, and she believed it.
You bet I believed it. I heard every word you said. You're not kidding me.
Now, will you stop that? You give me that. This is the script. This is the script that we're reading. Don't you see these lines?
Now, what script?
Caress me, my love. Let me caress your loveliness.
My love, my pet.
My cat.
Bear to share
Yeah,
you.
read it.
Look.
Read it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, good heavens. But when I heard it over the intercom, it all sounded so real. You were so convincing. Oh, I don't know what came over me.
I know what came over me.
Mr. Burl, can you ever forgive me?
Forgive you? Mrs. Carmichael. I'll not only forgive you, but I want to tell you I love you.
You love me?
Yeah, because you believed Ruta as the other woman. Now, Ruta, this ought to convince you that you can play the part.
Wonderful.
Well, this is great.
This is show business.
Yeah. Hey, let's all have some lunch. Will you have some lunch? Because the salad's on me.
You can relax, Lucy. It's only me.
Oh, Mary Jane. I thought it was Mr. Mooney. I want him to think I was working.
Yeah, well, you'll never fool him that way.
Why not?
You haven't got any paper in the typewriter. Hey, did you see this afternoon's paper?
No, why?
Stacy's department store is having a big sale.
Really? Oh, wow. They're really having a sale.
Everything's more than half off.
Yeah, half off. That bikini on that model looks it. Oh, that is a beauty. I'd love to have that bikini.
Oh, Lucy, would you wear a bikini like that on a public beach?
No, but I'd hang it on my clothesline. That ought to get me some action. Gee, everything's on sale. Appliances, clothes, furniture. Uh-oh.
What?
The sale is for one day only, tomorrow.
So?
So I have to work tomorrow.
Well, so do I, but I'm going to tell my boss I've got a toothache. Why don't you tell Mr. Mooney you have to go to the dentist?
No. I tried that a few times, and Mr. Mooney always insists on going to the dentist with me.
You're kidding.
Yeah? Yep, so far I've had 3 perfectly good teeth pulled. If I do it anymore, I won't have a tooth in my head.
Well, why don't you tell him you've got the mumps?
Oh, no. I've told him I'm sick too often. He just never believed me.
He'd believe you if he saw you getting sick.
What do you mean?
While you're working this afternoon, act sick. You know, moan, groan, cry a little.
Well, that won't work. I do that every week when he gives me my salary.
But, Lucy, if he sees you getting sick right here in this office, he'll insist that you go home.
Well, now, Mr. Mooney, he's not easy to fool.
He's a man, isn't he?
Yeah?
Well, then he's easy to fool. If you play it smart, you see, you don't say you're sick. You just act sick. And then when he suggests you go home, you refuse.
Refuse?
Then when you refuse to go home, he'll insist you go home.
He'll insist?
Believe me, when Mr. Mooney sees you suffering, he's got to sympathize with you. After all, he's human.
Let's not make any snap judgments.
Well, it's worth a try.
All right. I'll give it a try. I really would love to go shopping. You know I need a new refrigerator.
What's the matter with the one you got?
Well, you know, it has a capacity of 14 cubic feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got 1 foot of food, 13 feet of frost. Everything frosts up.
Everything?
Yeah. Tonight for dinner, I'm having a spaghetti popsicle.
Oh.
Would you like to join me?
See you later.
Okay.
Bright and early now.
If I can fool Mr. Mooney.
Don't worry. It'll work. Do what I said.
All right.
Mr. Wilson and Russ.
Yes, sir. Wilson and Russ.
Gentlemen, regarding your inquiry of the 15th, I think the loan can be... Did you say something, Mrs. Carmine?
No, sir.
No. I think the loan can be arranged on the following terms. We will have the... Miss Carmichael, are you all right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where was I? Oh, following term. The principal will be paid over a period of 20 years. Are you sure you're all right?
Oh, yes. I feel fine.
Oh, well, perhaps you'd like to rest for a while.
Oh, no, sir. There's work to be done.
Oh, all right, then let's get on with it. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Payments will be made semi-annually on the 1st of January and on the 1st of July each year. Mrs. Carmichael, are you in pain?
No.
Is it constant pain?
No, only when I breathe.
Well, maybe you'd like to go home.
Oh, no, I'd rather stay. Let's just keep on working. I feel much better when I'm working. It takes my mind off the pain.
Oh, now are you quite sure you want to continue working?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be all right.
Oh, all right. Where was I? 15th January. Oh, yes. Should a payment be missed, there will be a forfeiture penalty. What's the matter with it? What's the matter with it?
It's having a spasm.
Mrs. Carmichael, you are ill.
Oh.
Let me feel your forehead. No fever, no. Let me see your tongue. Looks all right. Let me look at those eyes. Oh.
I hope whatever it is isn't contagious. Well, let's continue with the dictation. I'll write with my left hand.
Miss Carmichael, please, go home.
No, I want to stay. I want to stay. I want to work. I want to work. I want to work.
Mrs. Carmichael, I think you ought to go home.
No, I want to stay. I want to stay.
Mrs. Carmichael, I insist that you go home.
Oh, well, if you insist. Thank you very much, Mr. Mooney.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it. And if you don't feel well tomorrow, don't come back to work.
No, I won't. I won't.
This is our biggest sale, and this is the 0 hour. I hope you're all prepared for what's coming. Remember, those are customers out there, and they outnumber us by more than 50 to 1. And I can assure you they will show us no mercy. Good luck, everybody. To your post, to your post. They're here, they're here.
Oh, I haven't been mauled and crushed like that since my first blind date in high school. Good heavens. Come on over here. Look, the Jiffy automatic stove. Set the timer and it turns itself on and off. How do you like that? You don't even have to be home to burn your dinner.
Boy, cooking is so easy now. They've got instant cream, instant coffee, instant milk, instant this, instant that.
Yeah, everything but instant money to pay for it. Oh, boy.
Oh, hey, I see the juicers I want over here.
What?
The orange juicer.
What's so funny?
Come here, look. Look at the name and the slogan. Little Squeeze Orange Juicer. Men, make your wife happy. Give her a little squeeze in the kitchen.
You get your little squeeze. I'm going to look around.
Okay. Oh, miss.
Why did you break that dish?
Well, I'm sorry, but it said try our unbreakable dishes, so I just picked them up and I just tapped.
You did it again.
Well, for heaven's sake, why does it say unbreakable when they're breakable?
Those are unbreakable. These are imported China.
And breakable.
You should know.
These are the unbreakable?
Guaranteed. Madam, there are 59 different departments in this store. Why did you have to come to this one? Never mind. Now, just what kind of dishes do you want?
Well, I don't want any dishes.
You don't want dishes?
No, I came in here to buy a refrigerator.
The refrigerators are over there.
Oh, well, thank you.
Don't touch that!
Why
not? Because you are liable to break it. If you're interested in this model, I will demonstrate it for you.
Thank you.
Now, this is the freezer unit with the automatic ice maker. Yes. And now, the vegetable crisper, latest design. So's the meat freshener. Shelves slide in and out easily. It has a 5-year guarantee, and it comes at the amazingly low sale price of only $299.99.
$299.99?
Yes. Is Madam interested in making a purchase?
Well, Madam is, but Madam's budget isn't. I'll have to think it over. May I have your card in case I decide on anything?
Very well.
Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, did you get your squeezer?
Yeah. Did you find a refrigerator you like?
Yeah, I found one I like. But it's $299.99.
Oh, that's a lot of money, but isn't that beautiful,
Yeah,
Lucy?
and it's got all the newest gadgets.
Yeah.
Look. Look. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mr.
Give me back my car! I don't want you to
know your name in case I decide to buy a refrigerator. I won't know whom to ask for.
Good. Please, madam, just don't buy a refrigerator.
Why?
Eat warm food. Go to another department.
I don't...
Please, go.
It's so emotional. No wonder they're having a sale. Everything's broken. I didn't do anything.
I was whether she didn't do anything.
Yes, you did.
What did I do?
You just became our customer of the year.
I did.
You're a very lucky lady.
Really?
You're the 10 millionth customer to enter this department, and you've just received a great many valuable gifts.
What did I get?
Well, you got a set of golf clubs.
Golf clubs?
A set of luggage.
Oh.
A washing machine, a dryer, a dishwasher, a color television set.
Oh, heavens, a color television set.
And this beautiful refrigerator completely stocked with food.
A refrigerator, that's what I came in here to buy.
That's what she came in to buy,
That's the
a
one thing that I wanted to...
You're a very lucky lady.
Oh, I certainly am. Nothing like this ever happened to me. Oh, and you're lucky too, Mary Jane.
I am?
I'm going to give the color TV set to you.
You're going to give it to me?
Yes, but we'll keep it in my apartment. Yeah, then you can come down and watch it anytime you want, and you can eat from my completely stocked refrigerator.
Would you please give me your name and address?
Yes, Lucille Carmichael. Oh, where do I live? Gower Street, Glen Hall Apartments. Yes, 780 North Gower Street, Hollywood.
And you're a housewife.
I am? Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Yes. I do take care of my apartment, but I work during the day at the Westland Bank.
A very fine bank.
Oh, the best bank in town. You may quote me.
Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes?
our photographer is here.
Your photographer?
Would you mind having your picture taken while I congratulate you?
Oh, I didn't expect to have my picture taken today. Well, my hair must be a mess. Good heavens, that bulb is so bright, all I can see is a big blue blob.
Thank you, and congratulations again.
Well, thank you.
Your prizes will be delivered in a few days.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you very much.
And remember to buy tomorrow's newspaper. Your picture will be in it, and a story all about you.
Oh, really? Oh, I want to tell you, it's the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, Lucy, your picture's going to be in the paper.
Gee, I'll be famous. Everybody will see my picture. Mr. Mooney will be so proud. And when I... Mr. Mooney, if Mr. Mooney sees my picture in the paper, he'll know I wasn't sick.
Or maybe you'll get lucky and he won't read the paper.
No chance. He reads it every morning the minute he gets in the office.
Well, you've got to stop him from reading that paper.
I know what I'll do. I'll hide his glasses.
Good idea.
No, it isn't. He doesn't wear glasses. I know. I'll get to the office before he does and get rid of the paper.
Oh, would you want me to call you and wake you up?
Don't worry about it. I'll be awake all night. If he sees that paper, he'll kill me.
Lucy, the most he can do is fire you.
I know, Mr. Mooney. He'll kill me and then fire me. George, it isn't exactly a lie. George! Mooney's office? Oh. Hi, Mary Jane. Yes, I just hit it. No, he's not here yet. Well, thanks. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, I thought it was a nice picture. What wrinkle? That wasn't a wrinkle. Your paper was creased. I better hang up. I hear him coming.
Well,
Oh, good morning, Mr. Mooney.
good morning, Mrs. Carmichael. You know, you didn't have to come to work if you're ill.
Oh, well, I'm not sick anymore.
Well, there must be something the matter with you. You're early.
No, I'm fine. I just figured as long as I was off yesterday, I should come in early today and catch up on all my work.
Well, that's very commendable. Very commendable. What was the matter with you?
I don't know, but I'm all right now.
Good. Good. Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes, Mr. Mooney?
where's my newspaper?
Where's your newspaper?
It isn't here.
It isn't here?
Where is it?
Where is it?
Was your mother frightened by a parrot? Now stop repeating everything I say and help me find my newspaper.
Well,
Please.
why don't you forget about your newspaper and let's just get to work?
No, I just don't feel right unless I read my morning newspaper. I want to know what's going on in the world.
Well, I'll tell you. The temperature's up, the stock market is down, and little orphan Annie's lost again.
Mrs. Carmichael, will you stop being facetious and go out and buy me a newspaper?
Oh, yes, sir. There are a lot of newspapers. Yeah, Mr. Mooney, you know you read too much anyway.
What?
Yeah, you're always reading. You know, the bank reports, the stock market charts, and the fine print and the mortgage papers, and you're just straining your eyes. They're all bloodshot.
My eyes are not bloodshot.
How can you tell? You're seeing them from the inside.
Mrs. Carmichael,
I'm doing this for your own good, Mr. Mooney. Really, you do. You work too hard. Rest your eyes for a change. It'll do you good.
Well, maybe you're right. You know, I have been getting headaches lately.
I know. You've been getting headaches ever since I came to work for you.
Oh, true.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I don't think that they
Mrs.
all...
Carmichael, I appreciate your concern. All right, I'll skip the newspaper this morning.
Good.
Now, can we get to work?
Yes, sir.
Lucy?
Oh, hello, Laurie.
This picture of you is just wonderful.
Goodbye, Laurie.
The prizes you won.
Yeah, goodbye, Laurie.
Just a moment. What picture of you?
Oh, it's nothing. Laurie was just going, weren't you, Laurie? Goodbye.
She's going, but the papers say. Westland Bank employee wins fabulous prizes.
Yeah, that's not my picture. Really, Mr. Mooney. See, I got red hair. Her hair is black.
So you were sick yesterday. Answer me! Were you sick?
No, but I am now.
And you played me for a sucker.
No, I...
And that act you put on pretending to be sick. Oh, my hand. I got on the bed. Please, I want to stay. I want to work. And like a fool, I let you get away with it.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Sorry
Mooney.
isn't enough. To begin with, you will not be paid for yesterday. And the only reason I don't fire you is because I'm such a sweet guy.
You're a sweet guy.
Yes. Now you get to work. And I don't want to hear another word about your sneaky endeavors.
Yes, sir.
Mooney!
Oh!
Congratulations, old boy. You did it again.
Thank you, Mr. Cheever, sir. What did I do?
Oh, playing it sly, huh? Little modest, huh? Westland Bank employee wins fabulous prizes. Oh, I tell you, this story about your secretary in the newspapers is the most wonderful publicity. And we appreciate it. That's good public relations. And it only happened because you were thoughtful enough to allow Mrs. Carmichael to take off, to go shopping.
That's because he's such a sweet guy.
He certainly is. Oh, shucks. But he is not the only one that can be sweet. Now, in order to show our appreciation, the bank is going to give you 1 full week's salary as a bonus.
A full week's salary?
That's right. And I'm sure you will want to show your appreciation by giving Mrs. Carmichael a week's salary out of that bonus.
Of course, sir.
Yes. Mooney, I am proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Gee, a whole week's salary for me. Thank you, Mr. Mooney.
A half week's salary.
Mr. Cheever just said that you should give me a whole week's salary.
I don't care what he said. And one more word out of you, and you won't get a red cent.
And you're supposed to be such a sweet guy.
I am a sweet guy, and don't you forget it!
Good morning. Do you have the mail?
Well, I certainly have, right here.
I've been waiting for it, you know. You're late. You're late.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Open this one. Looks important.
Yes,
You better
sir.
open that one, too. Why you can't get here on time, I'll never know.
Oh, I'm
always
sorry,
here on
Mr.
time.
Mooney.
I'm never late. Not me.
Not that late,
I'm
Mr.
here
Mooney.
right on the spot all the time. There's... Oh, I wonder...
Wow!
Wow, what?
This letter's from Mr. Cheever.
Oh, Mr. Cheever, huh? Oh, does he want to know how I'm handling things here while he's back east?
No.
No.
No, listen to this. Dear Mooney, Monsieur Jacques Dupre will arrive in Los Angeles on Monday, and I have suggested that he visit you in your office. He's coming here. He's coming right here. His company is scheduled to produce pictures in Hollywood. I am most hopeful you can land the account. Yours truly, Mr. Cheever. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to accommodate him.
Are you a fan of his, too?
As long as he is president of this bank, I will be a fan of Mr. Cheever's.
I meant, are you a fan of Jacques Dupre?
Who is Jacques Dupre?
Who is Jacques Dupre? Why, he's one of the most famous movie stars in France.
Well, when is this movie star coming?
He arrives on Monday. That's today.
Oh.
He might be here any minute.
Oh, yes, any minute. We'll pick up the letters. The place looks like a mess.
Yes,
For heaven's sake, I want to make a good progress. All right, hurry up. Come in.
Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
It's Jacques Dupre.
Down, Mrs. Carmichael, down.
Monsieur Mooney?
Oui. Je suis très enchanté de vous voir.
What did he say?
I think it's French.
Does he speak English?
Well, of course I do.
Oh, good, so do I.
Oh.
Me too.
Mrs. Carmichael, my secretary.
Hello.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm very happy to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Oh, I have two of them.
Won't you sit down, Mr. Dupre?
Oh, thank you.
Let go of him. Mrs. Carmichael is such a big fan, she gets carried away.
Oh, I am flattered.
Yeah. Mr. Cheever wrote me a letter and told me, will you go and sit down? Mr. Cheever told me you might be interested in the services of our bank.
That's right.
Well, wonderful. I can assure you that all of our facilities are at your command.
Yeah.
I'll handle this. Now, what can I do for you?
I have a few checks drawn on my bank in France, and I wonder if you would cash them for me.
Well, I'll take care of the matter immediately. Yes, indeed. It'll be a pleasure. Mrs. Carmichael?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps Mr. Dupre might like to look at a magazine while I'm gone?
Oh.
Oh, I must say it's a great pleasure having you here in my office.
Thank you, Mr. Mooney.
I was talking to him.
Oh. Mr. Dupre, I have a fan magazine here, and it has a picture of you in it. Would you give me your autograph, please?
Oh, I'd be delighted to.
Here's a pen.
Now, your name is Mrs. Carmichael?
Oh, would you make it out to Lucy?
Oh, well, let's say, how about if I write warmest regards to Lucy?
Fine.
Whose irresistible charm and intoxicating beauty incites the hearts of men to overflow with a romantic inclination.
Oh! Oh, that's lovely. Oh, would you write it in French? I want to show it to my mother.
Oh, is your mother French?
No, she's old-fashioned Irish. That's why you better write it in French. Oh, you know something? I saw you 3 times in Kisses at Dawn.
Oh, did you like the picture?
Oh, yes, I just loved it. But you know something? I was absolutely terrified at the scene where the lion tamer got sick and you had to take his place.
Oh, yes, that was an exciting scene, huh?
Was it a real lion?
Of course.
Weren't you scared?
No, because you see, before the lion was brought into the cage, the director insisted on using tranquilizers.
Tranquilizers? Oh, they doped the lion.
No, me.
Oh, well, I still think they were crazy putting a big star like you in a cage with a real lion.
Oh, no, you see, because the lion tamer told me what to do.
Whoa, what did he say?
Yes, well, you see, I had a whip.
Uh-huh.
See? And I had a chair.
Oh.
Now, the idea is to confuse the lion.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, you do that by yelling.
Oh!
And by cracking the whip to distract him.
Oh.
Like this.
Oh, yes, I've seen them.
Yeah. Now, when the lion raises his paw, you raise the chair to block off his vision.
Oh.
You see?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now, take your hand and paw at me.
Oh, you mean make like a lion?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, go.
Oh, Monsieur Dupre. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Please accept my apologies.
Oh, I knew that one day this teenage senior citizen would flip.
No, monsieur, it's not her fault. Huh? No. I was just explaining to her how I once played the role of a lion tamer in a motion picture.
You see?
Oh, here's your money, Mr. Dupre.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me.
Oh, thank you. Well, let's get down to business, shall we, Mr. Dupre? Mr. Cheever tells me that your company is going to make a picture here in Hollywood.
That's right.
Well, our bank has had a lot of experience in that field. I'm sure you'd be more than satisfied with our services.
I'd be quite interested.
Wonderful. Then all we need from you is a formal letter of agreement, and we can close the deal right now.
Fine, but I must go back to my hotel right now. I'm expecting a few calls from Europe.
Oh.
But perhaps you could send a secretary to my hotel, and I could dictate the agreement.
Yes, indeed. Of course I could, and I have just the girl for you.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, you're a doll.
Not you.
I could go over on my lunch hour.
Now, Mrs. Carmichael,
But, Mr. Mooney, it's my lunch hour, and I'm really a very fine secretary, Mr. Dupre.
Well, I'd be delighted to have Mrs. Carmichael.
See?
Well, of course, anything you say, Mr. Dupre.
Well, I hope it's not unfair to ask you to come on your lunch hour and work at the hotel with me.
It is my pleasure.
Oh, you are so nice.
Oh.
You are so generous. I don't know what to say.
I just hope you won't be saying, Yankee, go home.
Mr. Dupre, what hotel are you staying at?
At the Plaza Royale.
The Plaza Royale. I'll be there 12:30.
Good, and while we are working, I will order some lunch.
Oh, some lunch with you? Oh, how wonderful.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure, sir, I assure you.
Thank you.
Au revoir,
So long.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, hasn't this been a morning?
Yes, and before it's completely shot, let's get to answering the mail, shall we?
Well, can't we do it this afternoon? I have to get over to the hotel.
You're not due there until 12:30.
Well, I have to go home first.
Why?
Well, I don't want him to see me like this.
Back to your death.
Mr. Mooney, I want to go home. Change my
That's right. We'll be in production in about 10 days. Fine. Bye.
I'm sorry I'm a little late.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Oh. You look lovely.
Oh, thank you. I like to be comfortable when I work, so I just ran home and tossed on this little old thing.
Very chic.
Thank you.
Please, come in. Sit down.
Oh.
I will order some lunch.
Oh, are you sure you wouldn't rather get some work done first?
No, I have a better idea. First, we're going to have some champagne.
Champagne? Well.
Chateau Bergerac,
Oh.
1959.
59. Oh, that was a very good year. But what about our work?
Oh, it will still be here. That's one thing about work. It never runs away.
Touche.
You speak French.
Well, I do, don't I?
Here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. My, I work for a lot of people, but I've never had a job that you drank champagne on.
Well, a secretary as charming as you invites hospitality.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Good?
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh.
Gee, when I saw you in the movies, I never dreamed that I'd be sitting here with you, drinking champagne and talking French.
C'est la vie.
Pardon?
C'est la vie.
Oh, hinky-dinky parley-vous. I was thirsty. That sure beats a coffee break.
Well, I am glad that you are enjoying yourself. Here.
Mercy.
You mean to say merci?
No, I meant mercy. I know what this stuff can do to you.
Touché.
Oh, thank you. That's the first time anyone ever toucheed me.
You know that you have a delightful sense of humor?
Yes, I know.
À votre santé. À votre santé.
Mademoiselle from Armentières.
Good.
That's very good. Oh, Monsieur Dupre, I don't think I better have any more champagne. We do have work to do.
Oh. Would you rather I dictate Mr. Mooney's letter before we have lunch?
Yes. Yes, I think so. I believe I've wasted enough of your time.
A fascinating woman is never a waste of time.
Me? Fascinating? Oh,
No, really, I find you very, very attractive.
On the little bit you've had to drink?
Lucy,
What?
you know something?
What?
You are such a delightful little pixie.
Oh. You know what I like about you?
What?
You sure know how to treat help. Oh, and I do dig these crazy fringe benefits. Well, we better get started with our work.
All right.
Whatever you're going to do. I'm ready.
Let's see, we'll start. Oh.
I beg your pardon.
Let's see.
Oh my, I have really got... I got them. I've got the hiccups. Oh, I'm terribly embarrassed. Oh, but I know how to get rid of them. Let's see now. They said take 10, 15 swallows of something and hold your nose. Yeah, that was it. There. That ought to do it. Where are you? Oh.
You feel better?
I feel fine.
Good. All right, let's get on with the dictation, huh?
All righty.
All right, address the letter to your boss. Dear sir. The following is a letter of agreement
Monsieur
between
Dupre,
Yes?
did you say address this letter to my boss?
Yes.
What's his name?
Mr. Mooney.
That's right. That's right.
The following
How
is...
can you remember that with all I've had to drink?
All right. The following is a letter of agreement between the Dupre Production Company and...
I don't know what's the matter. I can't believe this.
Well, what is it?
This has never happened before. My ballpoint pen has never failed me before.
You've got it upside down.
So I have.
Are you ready?
For what?
I think you better have some black coffee.
Black coffee?
It will make you feel better.
I am perfectly all right. I assure you I'm doing my job. I am a very competent secretary.
Yeah, of course you are. But if you are going to try to take dictation, I think better you should have some black coffee.
I don't need any black coffee. I'll be all right if you'll just hold the room still. Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. Je ne sais pas what to do. You know what? floor.
Boat!
Yeah, what time do you sail?
Sail?
You know, the last time I saw somebody off, I wound up in Catalina. I better get off here before they pull up the gangplank.
What about the letter?
The letter? Yes, the letter.
Yes.
Don't forget to write. Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. Je ne sais pas Scooby-Doo.
Hello, Mooney.
Mr. Cheever, sir. I didn't expect you back so soon.
Well, that's the jet age for you.
Oh, yes, yes.
Now, tell me, did you get my letter regarding Monsieur Dupre?
Oh, yes, I did. And he was in my office this morning.
Well, I hope you made a good impression upon him. This could be the biggest deal of the year.
Oh, yes, I think I did, sir. As a matter of fact, my secretary is over at his hotel right now getting a letter of agreement. And when she gets back with that letter, the deal is in the bag.
Oh, that's fine. Good boy. I knew I could count on you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
How about a cigar?
Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, hi, Mr. Mooney. Mr. Cheever. Hi, Bank. Hi, world.
I think she's high.
Mrs. Carmichael?
Yes?
I trust you kept your appointment with Mr. Dupre?
I sure did.
Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes?
you have been drinking.
No. Only a little champagne. It was 1959. And it was a very good year.
Mooney, if she has caused any embarrassment with Monsieur Dupre, I am going to hold you responsible.
Monsieur Dupre said that I was very charming company.
Well, never mind that. Just give me the letter. Give me the letter.
What letter?
What letter?
I asked you first.
I sent you to get a letter of agreement.
Oh, that letter. I didn't get it.
A fine way to lose an important client. Mooney, we'll discuss this in my office at once. I'll be waiting for you.
Now you see what you've done?
Well, you didn't give me a chance to explain.
The only thing I will give you is a little pink slip to go with your little pink eyes.
What do you mean by that?
You are fired!
Oh, Mr. Mooney!
Now you start cleaning out your desk, and by the time I get back, you had better be gone!
When I get back, you had better be gone. I'll be gone, all right. We should have gotten out of here a long time ago. You have to ask me twice. I can get along without you, you know. I'll collect my unemployment insurance. Be the first time I got a raise in 2 years. Oh, Mr. Dupre.
I was worried about you after you jumped ship.
Oh.
Yes, we have a little unfinished business, haven't we?
Oh?
Yes. Here's the letter.
Oh, that letter.
Great thing I've ever come across in my life. Fingers, slaving my fingers to the bone.
And another thing, do not expect a letter of reference. Just pack up and go.
Mr. Dupre. Oh, Mr. Dupre.
I dropped in to give Mrs. Carmichael the letter of agreement.
Oh, the letter. Yeah, we got it. Well, Monsieur Dupre, I am delighted. Sir,
How would you like to have lunch with Mr. Mooney and me?
Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I already have an engagement lunch with Mrs. Carmichael. Mrs. Carmichael?
Oh.
But remember, no more champagne.
Oh, of course not. You've had too much already. Mr. Mooney, while I'm gone, would you tidy up my desk?
You heard her. Tidy up her desk.
Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. Je ne sais pas Scooby-Doo.
Never on time, always late, always. Do about that. Late. What's your excuse this time?
All right, Mrs. Carmichael, you might as well answer. I know you're there.
You must have eyes in the back of your head.
Maybe I do. And wouldn't we make a peach of a pair if you had a head in back of your eye?
Really, Mr. Mooney?
Mrs. Carmichael, how are you at imitations?
Imitations? Oh, pretty good, I guess.
Fine. Then imitate a secretary and look busy. And snap to it.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cheever said he'd be in a few moments on a matter of great importance.
Oh.
Oh, I hope I haven't done anything wrong. Cheever just gets so upset.
Mr.
On
Mooney.
every- What?
Are you afraid of Mr. Cheever?
Me afraid of Mr. Cheever?
Yeah.
Well, of course not. How could you ask such a thing?
Well, I just thought...
I kowtow to nobody.
No, sir, yeah.
Nobody. Mooney? Oh, Mr. Cheever, sir. Oh, nice to see you. How are you, sir? How do you feel? Oh, you're looking for... Hey, won't you, sir, down sit? Hey, won't you sit down, sir? No, sir. No, I mean, yes, sir. Yeah.
Mooney, I have a young nephew, Thomas Cheever. He starts work at the bank today.
Oh, splendid, sir. Shall we say that a small acorn has fallen from the mighty oak?
Well, that's good phrasing, Mooney. But unfortunately, in this case, the acorn is a real nut.
Oh?
He doesn't want to become a banker.
He doesn't want to become a banker.
He wants to go into show business.
Oh, the shame of it. Oh, my condolences, sir.
Oh, it's a sad state of affairs.
Well, gee, Mr. Cheever, you can't blame a young fella for wanting to get into something that's a little more fun.
More fun than banking?
I just meant something like auditing or accounting.
Well, those are both worthy, but hardly the excitement of banking.
Oh, true.
Now, Mooney, I'm turning this irresponsible lad over to you. You have sole responsibility for him.
Mr. Cheever, sir, I shall mold him in my own image.
Well, I had hoped that we could set our sights a little higher. However, I'll bring him in now.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, and Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes,
I would
sir.
appreciate any help on your part to guide this boy.
Yes, sir. I assure you I will give him the benefit of all my experience and knowledge of the banking profession.
Now, Thomas, my boy, this is Mr. Mooney.
How do you do, sir?
Welcome aboard, my boy. And this is Mr. Mooney's secretary, Mrs. Carmichael.
Very nice meeting you.
Hi, Tom.
Now, as you know, from this moment on, you will take your orders from Mr. Mooney.
I'd rather take my orders from Mrs. Carmichael.
Watch it, boy.
Yeah, watch it, boy.
There is no place in banking for levity.
I'm sorry, Uncle Windy.
Now, Thomas, remember one thing. At the bank, I am known as Mr. Cheever.
Yes, Uncle Windy. Oh, I mean, yes, sir.
Windy is a diminutive of my middle name, Winfield.
Oh, I thought it was because you're always so A very distinguished name, Winfield.
I want you to start the indoctrination immediately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, young man, what phase of the banking business interests you?
Well, I've always got a kick out of cashing checks.
Enough of that. Now, Thomas, you are just an employee here. You are to receive no special consideration, no favoritism whatsoever.
Yes,
you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mooney, do you understand?
Oh, yes.
At this bank, he is not my nephew.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, take over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, now, young Cheever, you and I will have a little talk.
Yes, sir.
Now, take your seat. Here we are. Now, despite the fact that your uncle owns the bank, you will be shown no special consideration. Is that clear?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes. And another thing. Do not Are you comfy?
Thanks.
Good. Now, don't expect any personal privileges. You will be treated just like any other employee.
Well, that's the only way I'd want it, sir.
And that's the way it's going to be. Just another member of the crew getting no special attention. Now, Mrs. Carmichael, you heard what I just said. I trust that you will cooperate.
Oh, absolutely. No special attention.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, I think his light is going out.
Oh, forgive me.
Hi, Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, hi, Tommy. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Or should I get Mr. Mooney to do it for you?
No, that's all right. I majored in chair sitting in kindergarten.
Well, Tommy, how do you like being a banker?
No, I don't know. I think it's real bad casting for anyone with acting ambitions.
Yeah. You know, Tommy, Hollywood is filled with people who think they're actors. Even me.
You?
Yeah. When I first came out here, I wanted to be an actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Took me a long time to realize that I just did not have it.
Well, everybody can't be another Annette Funicello.
Well, that's true. You know, you have one thing going for you in the banking business that you don't in show business.
What's that?
An uncle who owns the joint.
Can't argue with that.
Hey, you want a bottle of pop? I have some lemon and strawberry.
I'll have lemon.
Let's see, that's under C.
C for lemon?
Yeah, cold lemon. Oh, that's one of my favorite numbers.
No kidding. That's one of my favorite songs, too.
Really?
Yeah, especially that arrangement.
Yeah.
There's a kind of walk you walk when the world's undone you. There's a kind of walk you walk when you're walking proud. For there's a kind of walk you walk when the neighbors shun you. There's a kind of walk you walk sets you above the crowd. There's a kind of walk you walk when somebody loves you. That's very much like a walking on a cloud. A good fortune found you, Chappie, and your heart's a happy Valentine. When you're walking happy, don't the blooming world seem fine? So you had best believe it, Chappie. You'll find that life is finger snappy. The day you learn that walking happy gives the world a with your hand in mine.
That was darling. Gee, Tommy, what a voice. You are sensational. You didn't tell me you could sing.
Well, I never thought my voice was any more than average.
Well, now, if that is an average voice, Elizabeth Taylor is an average housewife. You have got talent. I can't believe... Mr. Mooney, we have got to get Tommy out of here.
What?
He should not be wasted in a bank. He should be in show business.
Mrs. Carmichael, wash your mouth out with soap.
Now, my boy, forget show business. Your uncle has your best interest at heart.
I appreciate that, sir, but if Mrs. Carmichael thinks...
Oh, well, there goes your argument right there. Mrs. Carmichael does not think.
Mr. Mooney, I'm willing to forgive all the nasty things you say about me if you will just listen to Tommy sing. Now, please, please.
All right. No one has ever accused me of having a closed mind. Very well. Go ahead. Sing.
There's a kind of walk...
That's enough. You'll never make it.
Well, some audition. Dizzy Gillespie would have had a better chance with Lawrence Welk.
Mrs. Carmichael, if you so much as mention show business in front of this young man again, I will have you dunked in gold, sent to Fort Knox, sliced into ingots of bullion, and then I shall take great joy in personally firing you ingot by ingot.
Ingot by ingot. Who's he think he is, Goldfinger?
Mrs. Carmichael, look, I really appreciate your interest, but I don't want you getting into trouble.
Oh, who needs this job? I'm getting my Social Security in another 40 years. Anyway, I think you're so good, I'm willing to take the risk.
Oh, thanks, but I don't think that it's...
Tommy, you know what? We got to get you an audition.
An audition?
Yeah. And why not go right to the top? Nelson Penrose.
Nelson Penrose? The movie producer?
Yeah.
You know him?
Well, practically. A friend of mine is secretary to one of his secretaries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the closest I ever came was meeting the gatekeeper's brother-in-law.
Yeah, well, Mary Jane, my friend, knows him, and she'd be very glad to do me a favor.
How will I ever be able to thank you?
Oh, that's all right. Don't you even think about that. Of course, when you get to be a big star, if you ever need a leading lady... player? An extra? Okay, I'll be president of your Fort Knox fan club.
Oh, what a good dinner.
Thank you.
The lobster was delicious. Where'd you get them?
I had them flown in from Maine.
Well, it must have cost a fortune.
A whole week's salary. They refused to fly family plan.
Well, let's get to the dishes.
Oh, no, you don't. You're my guest. I'll do the dishes later. Well, after all, you put in our day at the studio, and I want you to just sit and relax, and we'll talk.
Lucy, I get the feeling you're about to ask me for a favor.
A favor? Now, when did I ever ask you for a favor?
Well, let's see. Tuesday, you borrowed $5. Wednesday, I went shopping for you. Thursday, I picked up your laundry. Friday, you borrowed my car, and that's my dress you're wearing. You've had it for over 2 weeks.
What about the green dress I loaned you last month?
That was my green dress, and you were returning it.
Oh, you got a memory like an elephant. And an appetite to match.
Okay, what's the favor?
Mr. Cheever's nephew down at the bank has the greatest voice you have ever heard. He is just sensational. He sings up a storm. He's a natural personality and everything. And you've just got to arrange an audition for him with Mr. Penrose.
An audition for Mr. Lucy, you didn't have to go to all this trouble for that. All you had to do was just ask me.
You'll do it?
No.
No?
No.
Well, fine friend you are.
Honey, I would be thrown right out of the office if I even mentioned audition to Mr. Penrose. He never auditions anybody.
What do you mean he never auditions anyone? I've seen his pictures. He's always bringing out new talent.
Well, true, but you can't bring people to him. He likes to go out and discover talent himself.
Oh, he's his own talent scout, huh?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe where he finds some of his stars.
Where?
Car washes, laundries, bowling alleys. One was a hostess on a live bait boat.
A live bait boat.
In fact, last month when Mr. Penrose got hit by a truck, instead of suing the driver, he signed him up.
Hey, Tommy's got a car. Where does Penrose do his walking?
No.
Wait a minute.
What?
Do you know where Mr. Penrose is going to find his next star?
Where?
In our bank.
Your bank?
Yes. Now, let's see. How am I going to get Mr. Penrose over to the bank? He's a client, but he doesn't come in very often. I know. I'll call him and tell him somebody forged his name on a check. And then he'll have to come in to verify the signature.
Yeah? And then what?
Well, I'll have Tommy ready to audition for him. I'll get some of the people at the bank to help me.
Yeah?
And then Penrose will discover Tommy. Tommy will be signed for pictures, and I will be president of the Fort Knox fan club. Never mind, it'll work.
Lucy, you've got the most conniving mind west of the Mississippi. And I'm proud to be your friend.
Well, thank you. Would you like to prove that?
Sure, what do you want me to do?
The dishes. What do you think you are, company? Come on now. Tommy, I don't know what's keeping Mr. Penrose. He should have been here by now.
Oh, I hope he shows up.
Well, so do I before Mr. Mooney gets back from that wild goose chase I sent him on. Well, go on, you get back to the window. Good morning, Mr. Penrose. We've been expecting you.
What's all this nonsense about a forged check?
Well, we think it's forged, sir, and we just need you to personally verify the signature.
Young lady, I'm a very busy man. My studio comes to a complete standstill without me.
Yes, sir.
May I have the check?
Well, that handsome young man right over there at window 1 has it.
Young man,
Oh, Mr. Penrose.
can I see that check?
Oh, yes, the check, sir.
That is not my signature.
That's exactly what we thought, sir. Because
we looked it over, now we're in clover, 'cause we didn't cash the check. The B was too wobbly, the E was too small, the N was too loopy, the R, it was tall. So please don't be nervous, we give great service, we won't let it happen again. We'll find this forger, and believe me, by Georgia, we'll get him in the end. He won't have a friend, and he won't need a pen in the pen.
Do you always serenade the bank's customers like this?
do I always serenade the bank's customers like this?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Only the bank's most important customers.
Young man, you have a fine voice and a very nice manner about you. Have you ever thought of going into show business?
Me? In show business?
Oh, Mr. Penrose, whatever would make you think that a brilliant young banker would ever want to become a movie star? He'd never consider it.
He'd start at $1,000 a week.
He'd consider it.
Son, do you know any other numbers?
Does he know any other numbers? Oh, Mr. Penrose, you just sit down and relax and listen to this boy.
Yeah, you're gonna know when the feeling hits you.
Hits you.
Oh, well, you're gonna know.
Yeah, you're gonna know.
When it starts to get you.
Get you.
Clap your hands from the morning till night. The people make you holler, everything's all right. They say, oh, whoa, whoa, when the feeling hits you.
Feeling hits.
Yeah, you're gonna dance.
Go.
And you're gonna shout it.
Shout it.
Yeah, you're gonna dance.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about it now.
About it.
Clap your hands from the morning till night. The people make you holler, everything's all right. They say, oh, whoa, whoa, when the feeling hits you.
It hits you.
Whoa, feeling in your soul. Just a little bit more, you're gonna know.
Yeah, you're gonna know.
When the feeling hits you.
Hits you.
Yeah, you're gonna know.
Yeah, you're gonna know.
When it starts to get you.
Get you.
Clap your hands from the morning till night. The people make you holler, everything's all right. They say, oh, whoa, whoa, when the feeling hits you.
Feeling hits.
Well, everybody say, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa,
Whoa.
oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
whoa, feeling in your soul. The feeling's got you and it won't let go, yeah. Whoa, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Well, you're gonna know.
Well, you're gonna know.
When the feeling hits you.
Hits you.
Yeah, you're gonna know it now.
Well, you're gonna know.
When it starts to get you.
Get you.
Clap your hands from the morning till night. The people make you holler, everything's all right. They say, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, 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 oh. You got that feeling? You got that feeling? When you clap your hands, you're gonna get that feeling from morning till night.
What's going on here? What's going on here? Who dares mock the boss? Who yo the boss?
Tommy's going into show business.
Show business?
Yes.
Mooney, you're fired. Mrs. Carmichael, you're fired. Tommy, you're fired.
Tommy, you're fired. Now you can accept Mr. Penrose's offer of $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a week?
$1,000 a week?
$1,000 a week. And if anybody gets fired because of this, I'll never borrow another penny from this bank.
Sing, Tommy boy.
You heard your Uncle Wendy sing, Tommy boy.
Clap your hands from the morning till night. People make you holler, everything's all right. They say, oh, whoa, 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 ho, 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 ho. You got that feeling? You got that feeling?